Hello and welcome everybody to yet another presentation of Hardhats TV. This morning we've got another doubleheader on tap, the back half of a 4-game series between the Post 22 Hardhats and the Brookings Post 74 Bandits of Brookings, South Dakota. Thank you for tuning in. Whether you're at work, whether you're at home, whether you just couldn't make it out here, you're from far away supporting your family, whatever it is, thank you for tuning in. We've got this game at 11, and then the other one is supposedly going to start at 1:30, but don't count on that. Last night, we had an early mercy rule, and the game from 7:30 was moved up to 7. So it could happen. As you can see, Post 22, 2-0 in the series. Game 1, they mercy ruled Brookings 11-1, and then they mercy ruled Brookings again in Game 2, 10-0. The first one in 5 innings, second one in 6 innings. But a very interesting tale. The Brookings Bandits last season went 3-1 against the Hardhats and beat them in the first round of the state tournament, finishing state runner-up. So they are a dangerous team that I was expecting to be a little more competitive in this one, but thus far have not been. So we'll give you the starting lineup. First for the visitors, the Brookings Bandits. Leading off is going to be left fielder Tate Hembolt, followed by the shortstop Owen Schneider batting second. Playing DH and not short is Zach Struck, who will be third. He was the starter in Game 2. Cleanup right fielder Jack Merritt, moving from the 6 hole to the 4. Now, replacing at third base is Jace Bauer at the 5. David Brink will be on the mound, so he will not be in the field. So we have a third baseman replacement, Jace Bauer batting 5th. Now at first, Tane Frederick will be there instead of Addison Ronning. He will be batting 6th. Then the center fielder will still be Austin Clark in the 7 hole. Playing second now, he played a little bit of second at the end of last game. Will Conrad replacing Tyson Antonin, the starter for the first 2 games. And then Sam Johnson is still catching and batting 9th. And David Brink on the mound, not playing 3rd today. He's got an exclamation point next to his name in the dugout where they're announcing the lineup, so they must be excited for him. So we'll repeat that for you. The first 3 for Brookings: left fielder Tate Hembolt, shortstop Owen Schneider, designated hitter Zach Struck. The middle 3, right fielder Jack Merritt, third baseman Jace Bauer, and first baseman Tane Frederick. And the bottom 3, center fielder Austin Clark, second baseman Will Conrad, and catcher Sam Johnson. For the Hardhats, the lineup's been pretty much the same for the past 11 games, and we've won them all, so can't really go too wrong with this. Leading off, third baseman Aiden Roberts. Playing right today is Jace Morgan, just like he did in Game 1. He'll be batting 2nd. The center fielder, Harry Good, will bat 3rd. Cleanup is first baseman Alex Dietrich. Second baseman Hayden Hollick follows him up at the 5. The designated hitter today, not playing the outfield, is Aaron Roach at 6th. He played both right and left in the last 2 games, the first 2 games of the series. Then playing left, Tate Crosswade. He did that last night. He'll be batting 7th. The catcher will be Josh Elder, not Philip Bentz, so Elder getting a start here. He'll be playing with his battery mate from the Expos, so they have a little more chemistry on that. And then shortstop Wilson Kiefer will bat 9th, and that battery mate is Broden Sales, trying to recover after a frightful start against Alliance on Sunday. So I'll repeat the first 3 for the Hardhats: third baseman Aiden Roberts, right fielder Jace Morgan, and center fielder Harry Good. The middle 3, first baseman Alex Dietrich, second baseman Hayden Hollick, and designated hitter Aaron Roach. And the bottom 3, left fielder Tate Crossway, catcher Josh Elder, and shortstop Wilson Kiefer, with Broden Sales on the mound. Everybody doing well in this series, it feels like, for the Hardhats, and it's pretty much the opposite for the other side. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. The Hardhats wearing those same jerseys they debuted on the opening ceremony night last Friday in their doubleheader against Westco and Miles City. We'll follow you here. Sales having a pretty good year, but he did have that serious hiccup. He failed to record a single out in that game against Alliance, allowed 3 runs earned, loaded the bases, and handed them off to Dawson Inhofer. Inhofer came in and pitched masterfully, able to get lead strand 2 of his runners, but it was not a pretty outing. He didn't pitch very much, though, so he's fresh. On the season, Sales, in his 4 starts, 2-0, has 21 walks to 20 strikeouts, so pretty similar K to walk ratio, about 1-to-1, and has an ERA of 3.1 or 3.91 with a WHIP of 1.67. He's going to look to improve on that in this one. He's got Elder behind the dish for him. Elder was on the Expos with Sales last year, where Sales was the ace of the staff. Strike 1 delivered, and we're off and running in this morning's game between the Brookings Bandits and the Post 22 Hardhats. Like I said, Hardhats mercy rolled the first 2 games, just a little high. It's a bright morning here, very bright. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I've not seen enough sun today. Like I got out of bed or something, but I don't know. There's Sales. He throws so hard the helmet falls off, and he'll have to put his hard hat back on. Interesting note. The Post 22 Hardhats, not the only players that coached. I'm going to double check this. He told me about this, but I'm not totally sure. Fouled away. He'll sit on that and full count. Pitch. Outside, ball 4. So Sales will walk the opening batter. That's something he's struggled with this season. So Hembold on the bases now. Hembold, the only runner to score at all in yesterday's games for this team. It was on the first 2 at-bats of the game against... Oh, okay. They decided it's not worth the trouble. Just give Sales his hat. So he's not wearing the hard hat. Kind of sad. You know, the theming of the team thrown off a little, but at least it won't fall off every pitch. That was something that Lee Negebauer did all the time last year, was throw out of his hard hat. But they never threw a hat on him. It was always, he just put it back on. Hembold with a lead. Strike. Nope, ball just inside. 1 out. Yesterday, in the game against Jaden Moreno in Game 1, Brookings had a triple from Hembold and a double from Schneider to start out the game. They were the only 2 hits of the ball game. In what turned into an 11-1 mercy rule, they scored a run on that. So Hembold, the only one with a run in this game, and in this series, and Schneider, the only one with an RBI in the series. Since then, it's been pretty quiet. Schneider is batting .400, 2 for 5. Just inside, 2-1. Dawson Inhofer should be available. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Saturday is a pretty close day to where we are right now on Thursday. And he did pitch like 4 innings. It's possible he wouldn't be ready, but he's probably the one that's going to follow up Sales. If he does, that is going to be lined into left. And Brookings starting out on the same foot they started Game 1. So the first 2 runners aboard, still nobody out. So I believe that means 8 consecutive batters have faced Sales and reached in a row over the last 2 games. Just looking for an out. Zach Struck is up. He's 0 for 5. Does have a walk. He was a starter in Game 2 yesterday. Pitched 5 innings, allowed 8 runs. Hit hard into left, and that'll be a single. Picked up by Crosswade, he'll throw it in. But Sales allowing yet another single. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hardhats really... I was talking to Coach Torvey before the game today. He was saying that they really jumped on top of the team last night, and there wasn't a lot of wiggling to try to get out for the Bandits. He does not want to give them any hope here. He doesn't want to give him any reason to hope for a win. Ball low, it's 1-0. Elder, good job to block it. One out. Another low pitch. Brookings dugout a little more lively than it was yesterday. Some Expos watching. Solid crowd on hand. Some Brookings supporters. A lot of Hardhats supporters. Kiefer having a quick talk with Sales. Hollick having a quick talk with Sales. Sales just needs to get that out. Wasn't able to do it last game. Now warming up in the bullpen, Eli Kelly. Bases loaded, looking for a strike. Outside, ball 3. He might walk in the opening run. I say the best pitchers are the ones with short memories. Seems like Sale's pretty sharp here. Ball 4, he'll walk in a run. So a less than ideal start here for Broden Sales. And the first run comes across. RBI walk for Merritt. Mound visit. Kind of a rough start, we'll say, for Sales. Hembolt comes in to score. So 2 singles, 2 walks. No outs in the game thus far. The Bandits could get out to a lead here. This is what Torvey was trying to avoid. He did not want them to get real hope. Just 1 run would be fine. If he's able to close it out, the momentum would shift back into the Hardhats' favor as they go in bat. Alex Dietrich having some good chat over there on first base area with the first base coach for Brookings. Pretty day out here in Rapid City. Clear skies. High of, I believe, 82. And it won't even hit that till the late afternoon, so perfect conditions. The wind also subsiding. It's only about 8 or 9 miles an hour now. Still heading out to right. Maybe out to right foul territory. So in from left, I guess. Sales. Delivers low and inside. And that's a ball. So, like I was saying, Kelly is warming up in the bullpen. Inhofer being sent over there to come to maybe say something to them. 1-1. He comes back. I don't know what it is, but he's reporting something. Don't exactly have phones to the bullpen here. Nor would we have anybody to operate them. Nor would it be practical. So 1-1. Grounded through the gap into left. 1 run will score. Everybody's safe. And Sales allows his 3rd single. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Still no outs. Last game for Sales, he allowed the first 6 to reach base safely. Handed over a bases loaded 2-0 ball game to Dawson Inhofer. And Inhofer took over, struck out the side, and the Hardhats ended up winning that game 13-3. And now Sales is going to come out of yet another start without an out recorded. Rough deal here for the young pitcher. But Kelly going to come in. This game too important to let it ride. After a certain point, you have to, with the young nature here, you might have to wonder if giving him a little moment to rebuild some of that confidence in the Expos might not be a terrible idea. And then bringing him back when he builds that back up, because he was a pretty effective pitcher in several of his starts this year. Like I said, he's 2-0, but his last two have been less than ideal. He pitched a one-hitter against or a two-hitter where he pitched a no-hitter into the 7th inning against Spearfish, and has been a relief arm before. Maybe he'll go back to being a relief arm. But that's 10 batters in a row that he has failed to retire, all of which have reached base safely. So it's 2-0, and the same situation being handed off to Kelly that Dawson Inhofer faced a while ago. Inhofer came in, struck out the next 6 batters, the first 6 he faced, and only allowed 1 more run to score to make it a 3-0 game. It was a valiant effort from Inhofer to limit the damage, and the Hardhats ended up winning that game against Alliance. But yeah, Sale's really good against Spearfish, but his last 2 starts not been great. He will leave the game with no outs recorded, so 0.0 innings pitched, 2+ earned runs. Everybody on the bases belongs to him. He allows 3 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts or outs of any kind. Up comes Tane Frederick, taking his first at-bat of the series. He came in, was a relief pitcher last night, recorded 1 out, allowed the walk-off run. Tane rocking a full beard, something you don't see too often in Legion Ball. One-0, Kelly, fastball, strike. Kelly really good at mixing up the power. So he has as Harry Good called it, Harry Good said he had 3 pitches. He had a curveball, a fastball, and a slow ball, which was just a fastball that he threw at less than 100% power. It hits him. Frederick will get a soft hit to the backside, and the 3rd run will score now for Brookings. Still nobody out. This is spiraling out of control for the Hardhats very quickly. RBI hit by pitch for Frederick. Struck comes in to score. Merritt to 3rd, Bauer to 2nd, Frederick to 1st. Strike 1 delivered there to Clark. Clark 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts, but does have a walk. 0-1. Kelly. Fastball hit into center, and it will fall. Being picked up there by Morgan. 2 runs will score. It is a 5-0 ball game. The Bandits ate their Wheaties this morning, apparently. And so all 5 batters that Sales had faced have now scored. He will have 5 earned runs. No outs recorded, so an infinite ERA and whip. 2-run single from Clark. Frederick stays at 2nd. And up comes Will Conrad. He had a little trial run yesterday. He pinch hit for Antonin. Strike 1 at the knees. So Kelly, a soft fastball, finds his own. Kelly, a ground ball pitcher first and foremost. Force out at everything but home at the moment. So double play definitely in effect. The defense setting up for double play. Bunt shown. It'll be popped and caught by Dietrich. He'll throw to 2nd. He might get Frederick. He does not. Almost, but 1 out now. The first out recorded on a failed sacrifice bunt. So a double play could end the inning here, but Bandits already done their damage. They're just trying to build even more on. Sam Johnson now up. He went 0 for 3 last night. 2 strikeouts. Does have a sacrifice bunt that worked. Hello, Liam. Good morning. But did have a sacrifice bunt that worked. So that's something he's got going for him. Sacrifice bunt doesn't do a lot here, though. Strike 2. Outside of the plate. And now an 0-2 count. No Ks for anybody in this game so far. The Hardhats offense luckily firing on all cylinders, so they should get some support unless Brink is able to silence them. Hardhats have mercy ruled each of their last 4 teams they played. 0-2. Curveball, just got a piece of it, and that'll be foul. So still 0-2. Sam Johnson trying to come through here. Undersized catcher. Kelly. Fastball, hit into left, and that'll get through. So Sam Johnson with a single and another hit here. The 5th single of the inning. And coming back up, the top of the order's leadoff bat, Tate Hempel. Clark moves to second, Frederick to third. Hempel coming back up. He walked on a full count to Sales at the beginning of the inning. Already scored a run in this game. He's up to 2 in the series. Hempel to dangerous bat. Smacks it and picked up by Hollick. He'll just go to first and they'll have 1 out. So scoring is Frederick. It's now 6-0. This is a nightmare situation for Torvey and the Hardhats. Johnson now to Johnson to second, Clark to third, and Frederick scores. Now the only force out at first for Owen Schneider. Schneider got the hitting started in this game with a single at the top of the inning. 0-1. Fastball teed off on over the head of Kiefer. 1 run will score. Crossway throwing it in. It's a good throw. Can they get him? No, they can't. But they've got the runner in a pickle. Dietrich has it. And they will tag him. So 2-run score on that play. It is 8-0. Brookings with a monster opening inning. That is a big hole the Hardhats have dug themselves here. A 2-run single for Owen Schneider. And it'll be a 7-2-4-3. Six. So Johnson and Clark both score. Reminder: the first 2 games were mercy rules, 11-1 and 10-0. Brookings, a dangerous team that finished runner-up in state last year. It felt like they were kind of a very different team last night than I had seen before. They felt very off, and apparently they had it within them the whole time. They just needed to see a little daylight. Now they've got a lead, a big one at that. They've got something to protect. Hardhats down by a lot, but they still have yet to bat. I expect this to be a high-scoring game, too, because 8 runs, but at the same time, the Hardhats, they should be very nervous. This is the biggest deficit they've faced in a long time, but they've won their last 11 in a row. They are 21-8, and mercy ruled the last 2 games. If they can limit the scoring for a while now and keep it to at least 10 runs or less, I trust the bats of this lineup to come through and produce more than 10 over the course of this ball game. But Bandits playing for a lot more here. In theory, they should be playing, just as hard at 6-0 as when they're up 8-0. But we all know that's not totally how that works. In that inning for the Brookings Bandits, 6 singles. All hits were singles. So 6 singles turn into 8 runs. 5 of them are earned to the starter sales. 3 of them to Kelly. There are no errors on the Hardhats, and nobody is left on base. An efficient 8-run inning in the top. So the Hardhats now behind quite a bit. Top of the order due up, it's Roberts, Morgan, and Good. All of which have been pretty good in this series. Morgan and Good both batting over 500 in the 2 games thus far. Roberts 3 for 7, so just a little bit under 500. About 4 something, like 415 maybe. Sounds about right. He has a single, a double, and a triple to his name in the series thus far. Strike, nope. Ball just a little bit inside. Hardhats just need to start getting base runners, start putting some on. They scored in every inning of the last 2 games. At least 1 run they've scored in every inning against the Bandits so far in the 2 games they've played. 1-1. Swung on and poked through the gap into left. Leadoff single for Aiden Roberts. So that's what the Hardhats needed. Roberts sets the example here. He has 2 stolen bases against Johnson, has not been caught. Both of them are 1 in each game so far. And up comes Morgan. He had a heck of a game 1. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 walks. Fouled off the catcher's mitt, and it's now 0-1. Morgan 3 for 5, 2 extra base hits, 4 runs, and an RBI, as well as 2 walks. A walk is helpful here too. Expect Roberts to take off. Brink, the righty, not staring at him. Roberts stays put, ball inside and low. Now a 1-1 count. Roberts getting set. He's waving, and that one fouled away. So just got a piece of it. And now 1-2. Roberts still swinging like a pendulum. That ball is high and outside. Good job there from Johnson to keep that ball from getting to the backstop. Instead, the Hardhats have won the last 11 in a row, 4 by mercy rule. It's going to be hard to beat them, but an 8-run start gives you a heck of a head start. 3-2. Full count. To Morgan. Roberts takes off. Fouled away. And he'll have to return. So full count here to Morgan in the bottom of the 1st inning. Payoff pitch. Fouled away again. Roberts going to have to come back another time. That ball was some serious jump off the bat. Throw back to first. Not going to be close to making the play on Roberts. Roberts not with a hefty lead or anything. but he has taken off the last 2 times, so I totally get going for it. On deck is good. That's going to be smoked down into left. It'll drop. And taking off for third is Roberts. First to third speed there. Luckily, he took off as the ball was being hit. And that'll be back-to-back singles. So the Hardhats doing exactly what they need to do. Morgan works the count and is able to flare one, a little drive dribbler into left field. And up comes Harry Good. He has 5 hits in the 2 games we've had thus far. 4 runs, 4 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a triple. He's had, believe it or not, 3 2-run triples in the last 2 games. He could do it again here, make it 4 in 3 games. Both of them were early in the innings too, or all 3 of them were. Swung on and popped out of play. Oh, 1. David Brink on the mound today for Brookings. Brookings just needs to get a few outs. Hardhats trying to get all of them back right here. High pitch, ball 1. The curveball didn't curve down enough. 1-1 count. Pitch here. Swung on and hit into left center. That could be another through-run triple. We'll see. So Morgan, rounding second. The ball bobbled in the outfield. Good will hold up, so it won't be a triple, but 2-run score. Harry Good comes through for the Hardhats, and they got a quarter of the lead already knocked off here in the bottom of the first. No outs. This is exactly what I expected this team to do. They've been on fire at the plate the last few games. And when they need to get a hit, they've come up with one. With the exception of the 7th inning of the game against Miles City last Friday. Dietrich now up in the series. He's kind of had a slow one. He's 2 for 5, but has 4 RBIs. He had 2 sacrifice flies to bring in runners. Harry Good has not stolen a base in the series thus far. Ooh, the crane going overhead. That's the big shadow you just saw on the field. A large crane flying over the top of the infield. Very cool. I've seen him in Rapid Creek nearby a few times. Very cool guy. 0-1. Swung on and hit into center. Clark won't be able to grab it. And 1 run will score. An RBI single for Alex Dietrich. Hardhats keep on chopping away at this lead. They already have 3 now. Still nobody out. They're trying to replicate this Brookings inning and getting all back right here. If they keep getting hits, it'll work. They have 4 consecutive hits, 3 singles and a double. And it brings up Hayden Hollick. Hollick, not the guy you'd expect to end this hit streak. He's been a very consistent RBI, drive-in kind of guy. He's an extra bases kind of guy, too. A real gapper. He likes to hit it right back up the middle. Ball will hit him on the arm. Elbow guard there. I don't think it hit that. I think that's going to hurt his arm a little. Yikes. Anyways, hit by pitch, 2 men on. Up comes Roach. Roach having a slow series thus far, but like I said, everybody on this Hardhats team has been hitting pretty consistently. He's 1 for 5 with a hit by pitch, has 2 runs, struck out once. That'll hit him in the back as well, so back-to-back hitches hit the Hardhats, bases loaded. Kind of an ideal situation. Both of them to non-sensitive places of the batters. And now the bases are loaded for Tate Crossway. Crossway batting .600 in the series. 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Had a shot into right that was about 4 feet off of making it over the wall. He hit a home run on Saturday night. You'd wonder if he could do something here. Swung on and hit high and deep into right. Going to the track. And it will be caught at the track. No, off the glove of the right fielder. And Merritt will not make the play. That ball almost out of here. It'll score a run. Merritt's third error of the series. Out and right. So Roach, Hollick, and Dietrich all advance. Causeway reaches safely. Merritt thought he was going to have the play. Ball was starting to get into his glove, and he backed up right into the fence. Here's Josh Elder. No home runs on the season for him, but very limited at bats. A stout lefty. Still nobody out. The Hardhats doing exactly what I thought they would. Despite the 8-0 lead, it just made them play a little bit sharper, a little bit harder. And they have come through. Still nobody out in the game. They might even one-up the Bandits, believe it or not, in the first inning. First ball low. Johnson tries to pull it back into the zone. He can't. Hardhats looking primed and ready for their tournament in Pueblo next week. And their series against Casper this weekend. Popped up, a chimney shot. Second baseman wants it, and Conrad makes the play. So the first out recorded now for the Bandits. That's a big one. Elder gets out. Pop out to second. And it brings up Willie Kiefer. Wilson Kiefer, 2 for 6 with a pair of doubles, 3 RBIs. He can up that total here. He's been on fire lately, both offensively and defensively. The dogs are out. There's significantly less dogs because they're on the base paths. That is floated into center. Clark coming after it. He will make the grab, tagging up and running home. That'll be a sacrifice fly to bring in Hollick. So the second out recorded, a big one there for the Bandits. However, another run will score, and it brings up Roberts. Something I've noticed about Roberts so far this year, he has runners in scoring position, kind of a tough one for him. He seems to get a lower batting average when the stakes are higher with runners on, but maybe he can reverse that. Strike on the outside of the plate. Locates. Hardhats already done plenty to cut into this lead. Roberts, big swing and a miss on a slow curveball. He reaches for a ball, not quite there yet, and it's an 0-2 count. Brink, no strikeouts on the day. Roberts yet to strike out in the series, but he could get something here. 0-2. We'll see what he does. Pitch, chopped. Oh, just off the top of the netting. 0-2. Roberts just barely got a piece of that one on the check swing. It was a high ball. He'll wear it off the leg and bailing himself out of an 0-2 count. Third hit by pitch now for Brink. So bases loaded, Roach on third, Crosswade on second, and Roberts on first. Up comes Morgan. Morgan been unstoppable in the series thus far. Batting 4 for 6. 66% of the time he's gotten a hit. Also 2 walks. He's the ideal guy to come up here with 2 outs, bases loaded. An extra base hit will likely tie the game, believe it or not, in the first inning. Brink gives him one. Popped up and out of play, so he swipes at it, knocks it foul. And now down 0-2 in the count. Morgan on the lefty side. That has not been the side that's been getting hit here. Seems like Brink favoring that right side of the plate. High and outside, or I mean that right east side of the plate. It's the left side if you're actually standing there. Right side of the plate for him, though. 1-2 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Big at bat here for Morgan, who's been nothing but great in this series thus far. Swung on and popped into center. Clark going back. He falls over. He still has the play, and he makes the out. Wow. So Clark trips over himself. Luckily, the ball doesn't go anywhere. It stays put. He gets back up. So the base is stranded, but 5 runs come across for the Hardhats in the bottom of the first. They already knock most of the lead away from what was a disastrous first inning on the mound. And Eli Kelly facing a far more forgiving 3-run deficit. That could have been a problem there for Brookings. It felt like a routine flyout. Clark fell all the way over. And so Roberts, Crossway, and Roach all stranded in that inning for the Hardhats. 4 hits, all back-to-back to back-to-back in the first 4 batters. So 4 hits turn into 5 runs. 3 of them are earned to the pitcher, Brink. There's 1 error on the right fielder, Merritt, and 3 men left on. That's the only difference between the 2 teams in this one. Both teams brought 11 batters to the plate. The difference was all of the players who reached base scored for Brookings in the first inning. Only 5 did for the Hardhats. But judging by the rest of the series, you'd have to think that the Bandits would cool off here. But who knows? There's blood in the water, and they're hungry. So it's 0-1 count now. Thank you all for tuning in to Hardhats TV. Thanks to all our sponsors ticking across the bottom there. 0-1. Strike 2. Curveball in the zone. Eli Kelly, a pace master. Finesse pitcher. Probably my favorite archetype of pitcher. Somebody who really messes with the pace. 0-2. Curveball, fought off, foul. Dawson Inhofer is holding something in his left hand. I think it's some water. And he got his finger stub trying to bare hand grab that. He lets out an 0-2. Fouled away. And reaching for it, so Inhofer going to have to pick up another one. Still 0-2. 4 strikes thus far for Kelly. Curveball in the dirt. That one not a strike. Elder has to finish the play. He'll calmly throw it to first, and that'll be the first out. So Kelly with the first strikeout of the game for either team. And a crucial one to send a message that we're not repeating that first inning to this Brookings squad. Do have some more activity in the bullpen, just in case Eli begins to get reffed up here. Already allowed 2 earned runs. But he was facing a pretty tough situation. Jack Merritt up. Had an RBI walk. But the cleanup man, this time, instead of bases loaded, he's got nothing to work with. Did score a run in the last inning, and of course that RBI 4-pitch walk from Broden Sales. His first time facing Kelly. High and inside. Ducks out of the way. Kelly knows exactly where he's throwing the ball. He's just trying to jam the batter. 2-0. Fastball just above the letters. And now a 3-0 count. Kelly, a very rare walk guy. Like I was saying, he's got great control. 3-0 pitch. This is the show me a strike kind of pitch. We'll see if he does. That's inside, ball 4. So Merritt has come to the plate twice now and seen 8 balls, no strikes. He's standing at first. Tate Frederick on deck. And Jace Bauer up. He had an RBI single his last time. 1 for 1 in the series thus far. Making his first start. Kelly, curveball, strike 1. Curveball dips at the knees, and it's 0-2. Kind of a weird dance being done there over at first by Jack Barrett. Kelly checks on him. He's kind of wiggling back and forth with his hands clenched. Curveball just outside, it seems, and it's going to be 1-1. That was almost a strike. Kind of looked like it was going to turn into one. 1-1 count. Strike 2. A fastball at the letters. Kelly locates, and it's now a 1-2 count. Curveball. Just inside. Good job to resist that from Bauer. And now Kelly, the 2-2. This is usually where he'll put somebody away. We'll see if Bauer is strong enough to outlast him. Elder sets up the target in the middle of the zone. Strike! No! Just must have been outside. It looked at the right height, I will say, to be a strike. So full count now for Bauer. Chopped. Foul. Merritt instructed to take off there with the count full and 1 out. Could come back to bite him if, for example, a line out were to happen. But I think it's intended to break up a double play if that were to happen. Full count. 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning. Strike 3. Eli Kelly pinpoints the corner and completes a fantastic painting with a 8-pitch strikeout. Up comes Tane Frederick. Frederick, a hit-by-pitch RBI his last time up. Kelly throws him a strike, fought off. Got a little bit of wood there. That bat, definitely aluminum, but it does sound woody, I will say. I don't know if they make bats that do that, but it's sort of cool. Black bat with some neon orange stripes on it. Strike 2. Eli, fastball, clips the edge. Now trying to get out of the inning and strike out the side. Watch out for the curveball here, Frederick. 0-2 count. Kelly sets, delivers, curveball, strike 3. I told you to watch out. Eli Kelly strikes out the side. Second one looking. And no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no hard hit errors. 1 man is left on. Kelly shutout inning in the top of the 2nd. That one, the lowest scoring frame we've had by 5 runs in this game so far. So Eli Kelly picks up his composure. The do-up, the power bats of this order, minus Tate Crossweight. It's Good, Dietrich, and Hollick, the extra base crew. I'm going to say, some of these pitches from Brink these players getting a hold of. It wouldn't be out of the question to see a home run in the bottom of the inning here from this do-up. All 3 of them have 1 home run apiece. Good, Dietrich, and Hollick. The only person with more than 1 on the team thus far is Tate Crossweight. Morgan also has a home run. 6 total on the season, 3 of which happened on Saturday in the same inning, in the bottom of the 2nd. But here is the bottom of the 2nd. Maybe it's a lucky home run inning, perhaps. Good crowd here at Fitzgerald Stadium. It's a nice day, June 6th, 2024, a Thursday. We've got a weekend series coming up. 2 games, 2 night games, a little doubleheader, a 5 and a 7:30 approximately against the Casper Oilers. The Casper series last year, I would argue, the second most exciting series in the entire season. Casper stole a win. The Hardhats had a 10-inning walk-off. That ball just a little inside, curveball. Good, a little overly cautious about that. He's laughing about it. But he's seen a million pitches. If he's worried about it, there's a reason to be. 1-0. Swung on and drilled into left. High hop and handled by the left fielder. So a line drive into left field, a leadoff single for good. He's 2 for 2 in the game, up to 7 hits across the 3 thus far. Leadoff single, what the Hardhats need. They still have 3 more runs to go to make the 8-run comeback. If they could do it in just 2 innings, that would be something special. Up comes Dietrich. He had an RBI single his last time up. That swung on and drilled down the left field line, but foul. First pitch strike. Good, could take off, but he didn't last time, so I don't see why he would here. Nobody's taken off, actually, despite Johnson being unable to catch anybody. Ball in the dirt. It bounces off the plate, takes a weird bounce, and is grounded. It was a weird little thing there. So that ball hit the lip between the front of the plate and the turf, and it seems like that redirected all of its momentum left. All the vertical momentum was gone, and it just shot rolling across the ground behind home plate. So Good will advance on a wild pitch. Now in scoring position. This is where Dietrich drove him in last time. Inside, ball 2. Dietrich not moving those legs. He's got a sturdy base that builds a lot of his power. I have to ask Dietrich again, but Dietrich has a cousin in Colorado who was actually picked 2nd round in the MLB draft last year. Swung on and drilled. Foul. So, good contact, just a little behind the ball. The outfielder's playing pretty deep here for Dietrich. A lot of space to bloop. 2-2 count. Dietrich cracks one into right, and it'll fall. So Harry Good rounding. The cutoff man gets it. The throw to home, not going to happen. And another RBI single for Alex Dietrich. The Hardhats just 2 runs back of an 8-run comeback. So for the second time, Alex Dietrich brings home Good from second. And it brings up Hollick. Hollick hit by a pitch his last time up and the last runner to score in the first. He's got extra base potential. Dietrich with a leadoff. If they weren't giving Harry the go signal, I doubt they're going to give Dietrich one. Oh, 1. Throw back to first, not in time. Hayden Hollick. Inside, ball 1. One count. Outside, ball 2. To 2-0. Outside, ball 3. That ball sails very wide of the plate. Johnson has to leave his feet just to get to it. Or I guess leave his stance just to get to it. He didn't jump. So, the man they're calling Trick here, facing the 3-1 from Brink. Payoff pitch, popped up, out of play. Count now full. Hayden Hollick facing a full count. Again, trying to get his first hit of the day. He did score his last time up, but was hit by a pitch on the arm. Payoff. High off the arm again. Ooh, that one hurt. He gets plunked, eats some leather, and will be given first base as an apology. So 2 hit by pitches now. That arm very sore, I would bet. One off the elbow area that missed the joint, but was just a little above the elbow guard, and then that one firmly off the shoulder. So 2 on, nobody out. Go ahead run at the plate in the form of Aaron Roach. He was hit by a pitch his last time up too on the very next pitch. That ball doesn't hit him, so that'll change things slightly. 1-0 count. Brink not having his best start, but they're keeping him out there. That's what they did with the previous 2 pitchers, both of which allowed double-digit runs in the 2 starts yesterday. Brink, fastball, outside. Good pitch there, locates the corner. 1-1 count now for Aaron Roach, trying to complete an 8-run comeback in just 2 innings. This Hardhats team something special. Curveball misses slightly low. Thank you all for spending your morning/early afternoon with us, depending on your time zone. If you're back in Brookings, it's early afternoon. If you're here in Rapid City, it's still technically morning. Ball in the dirt, 3-1. If Roach walks, it would give it back to Crossweight. Crossweight with a warning track shot his last time up. Might not be so friendly on the second one. Roach got a big gap between short and third right now. They're playing double play defense. Ball outside, and he'll take a walk. Moseying on down to first. And now bases loaded. Dietrich on third, Hollick on second, and the very speedy Roach, the go-ahead run, now on first. Catcher Johnson can have a quick chat with his pitcher Brink. And up comes Tate Crossweight. The big lefty power bat, he hit one all the way to the wall, which actually was caught up to by the right fielder, Merritt. But as he was catching it and backing up on the track, he hit his back into the wall, and the ball was loosened free. He didn't make the catch. That would be an out, or that would be an error. That would allow 1 run to score and Crossweight to reach safely. He's got a big power stroke. A grand slam, only done once that I've broadcast. 1 ball. Judging by the 2 he's hit this series, he's overdue for a home run. The only broadcast I've ever done of a grand slam for the Hardhats was Alex Dietrich trying to make an 8-run comeback actually in the bottom of the 7th against Pierre, out in Pierre. Swung on, popped up. Clark underneath it. He will make the grab. Dietrich being told to come home. They won't try to make a play. And a sacrifice fly will score Alex Dietrich from third base.
Number 21, Josh Elder.
Brings home Dietrich. And Elder back up. Elder, the first Hardhat to be retired in the game in the first inning. He popped out to the second baseman, trying to get right here. Go-ahead run on first base. Puts down a bunt. It's a very soft one. It's a good one. Nobody covering first base. He doesn't know that. It sails fly. A wide throw into the outfield will score a run. Wow. So there was a miscommunication there. Brink picked up the bunt. For some reason, Frederick did not return to the bag at first for the play. Brink threw it anyways, and nobody was there. That ball flew into right. Merritt backed it up to prevent 2 runs from scoring. But the Hardhats are all tied up here in the bottom of the second. I'm calling that a single and an error, because it was a really good bunt. He might have made it anyways. And then that'll be an error on the first base, or on the pitcher, Brink. That moves everybody up a base and scores Hollick. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Kiefer. Kiefer, D1 commit, trying to give the Hardhats a lead after starting in an 8-0 hole. This is a special team. You know it's special, and the bats are cooking when I am not very worried about the game, even when we fall into an 8-0 hole in the first. It still felt like the Hardhats were going to pull it out, and they have erased that lead in less than 2 innings. A very impressive comeback. Brink, ball low, 2-1. Liam Wolf's prediction of a high-scoring game, very accurate. 2-1. Swung on and hit into right. It's hard. Merritt going back on it, and he will make a grab. The go-ahead run now scoring. Aaron Roach comes in, and the sacrifice fly moves both runners. The Hardhats from down 8-0, now on top 9-8 in the bottom of the second. What a special team this is. Pueblo, we're ready. Sacrifice fly moves Elder over to third. The ball bounces. Here's Aiden Roberts. He was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count his last time up. This is his third at-bat of the game thus far, and we're only in the bottom of the second. Hardhats have batted around the order twice now. Ball gets away. Elder charging home. The play might be close. They throw it to the pitchers. Out. All right. He got his legs in there before the tag, but all right. Umpire says he's out. So Elder will be caught stealing at home. So that'll be the final out of the inning. Roberts actually going to not bat again in the third. He'll get to lead off the third inning, sorry, not the second inning. So to recap that inning for the Hardhats, 3 hits turn into 4 runs. 2 of them are earned to the pitcher, Brink. You all know my opinion. I would argue all 4 should be earned because the error that is preventing them from being earned was made by the pitcher himself. Though, part of it, this time I have to relent, was because Frederick was not covering the bag at first, which is an error on him. So there's 1 error on the pitcher, and nobody is left on base. 9-8 the score after 2 innings. It is definitely a high-scoring game, but the Hardhats have a lead now, despite falling into an 8-0 hole. It felt like they were always going to come back and win this one. Brookings showed they had some hands, but the rest of the team that we saw at the end of last night returning. Team that only put 2 hits against Jaden Moreno and went scoreless against Negebauer and Fredrickson last night. Now rearing its head. So the bottom 3 up. Austin Clark leads off. Ball taken high at the eyes. Clark, 2-run single in the first inning off of Kelly. Fastball squared up but foul. 1-1 count. He smoked that one wide of the field. Giving him a little moment to get the ball from the outfield. And for Tate Crossway to return to left. Slight shift being used here, playing infield pretty deep. That's a strike. The curveball, a pretty one, dips into the top of the zone to earn the strike. That one caught the zone on its way out on the back half of the plate. 1-2 count. Fast curveball is going to be hit hard into center, and a single. Clark, his second hit of the day. This is the Clark we saw last year. Last year, the Austin Clark we saw was a perpetual hitter. Hit about, I want to say, 6 hits over 3 games in the series against the Hardhats last season in Brookings. Probably behind Breck Herskoff, the second best hitter on the team last year, from what I saw, which was a very limited sample size. Taking off is Clark. Elder, the throw to first, or throw to second, a good one, but not in time. A good jump, just enough. It was a good throw there from Elder, but Clark too fast. That would have caught most people stealing, but the first stolen base of the series for Brookings at all is executed by Clark. 1-0 count, man on second. Tying run on second to Will Conrad. Shows bunt, pulls it back. I don't think he wants to bunt here. Last inning, he bunted, or in the first inning, he was bunting. We got batting gloves on the end of Wyatt Reeder's crutches right now, being used as like fake hands. We're having some fun. Strike one. You guys can't see that. It's in the dugout. But Dawson Inhofer and Reeder standing nearby. He's not the one waving it. Probably Inhofer and Negebauer, if I were to guess. A pair of middle infielders. Waving around. Just high. Barely a ball. Bunt pulled back, and it's a 3-1 count. (3-1). Stepping off the mound. Balk. I don't know balks anymore. That was a balk? Apparently it was. Nobody's putting up protest. I wish that they were more consistent. That one was a balk, I guess. 3-1 count now for Kelly. Man on third, nobody out. Strike two. Kelly locates on the outside of the plate. Full count now here. Kelly delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Kelly mows down his 4th batter of the game. Second one swinging. And it'll bring up Sam Johnson. Johnson got his first hit of the series in the first inning. A single to load the bases. Came around to score on a single from Owen Schneider. Strike one. Kelly nibbling on the top of the zone. Oh, 1. Strike two. Another fastball watched and let pass through there by Johnson. 0-2 count here to Sam Johnson. Kelly sets, delivers. Just high. That ball a hair higher than the other two. And now it's a 1-2 count. The little gloves on the crutches are working. Curveball, strike three. He rings him up. Like a receipt with that. All right, so the 5th strikeout in the last 5 outs, all recorded by strikeout for Eli Kelly. Not usually the K guy. He's doing it today when he's needed to. Brings up Tate Hembolt, the leadoff man. Had an RBI ground out back in the second and a walk in the first. Came around to score. Curveball, strike one. That thing got some serious up and down movement. You don't see a lot of... I don't think that these guys, or most people in Legion, see a curveball like that. Because they never think it's a strike until it is. That's like one of the pitches... That's one of the least swung on pitches out of any of the pitches that we have in our rotation. 0-2. It seems to be like, oh, that's a clear ball. And then it'll fall right in. 0-2. Fastball, strike! No. Never mind. Just off the plate. And it'll be ball one. Hembolt yet to strike out in the series. Swung on and missed! Strike three, Eli Kelly strikes out the side for a second straight inning. And despite the leadoff man getting aboard and a balk bringing him all the way to third, Austin Clark stranded. The Hardhats carry a lead into the bottom of the inning for the first time all game. They're up 9-8. Scored 5 and 4 in the last 2 innings. They're trying to keep it up. In that inning, 1 hit turns into no runs. There are no earned runs. No hard hat errors. There is a balk, though. And 1 man is left on third. That is Austin Clark. And 2 strut-out innings now for Eli Kelly. And it would be kind of unrealistic to say that the Hardhats will get up by 10 and mercy rule for a 3rd time, but it's not out of the question. Brookings, you might see them again later this year in the state tournament. No matter what, you will see their stadium. I believe it's Bob something, if I remember right. Let me see. Bob Sheldon Field. That's right. The cool thing about the field at Brookings that they have, there's a half pipe in left center, like a ways off, and they have a big hill in the right field area, like a big artificial 40-foot tall hill that's called the Big Fly Zone, where you can watch the game from the grass on the sloped hill. That's pretty cool. I liked that about the place. You can also go under their fences on the ground, but you get all buggy and wet, so not quite as fun. If you're wondering why I was doing that, I was trying to get a center field camera because I thought it might work. It did not work, but it was worth a try, I guess. That was from last year. Nick Ewing gives a thumbs up. And Roberts leading off the inning. Last time he led off, he got a single. He'll get a mulligan here. A second chance after Elder was caught out at home. Curveball, strike 1. No, what? Never mind. Must have been inside. I thought that was a strike. I'm not totally on my game for the balls and strikes today. Either that or the umpire calling a weird game. Probably me, though. Swung on and hit into center. Clark going back on it, and he will make the grab. So a fly out for the first out. And for the first time, the opening man retired for Brookings. And pitcher David Brink. With an exclamation point, they say. I was bringing this up last night, but I watched a Disney Channel original movie. It might have been On the Brink. It was something like that. It was from the 90s, maybe like 2001. It might have been barely 2000s. That was about inline roller skating stunt groups. And the main character in that one was a hotshot inline roller skater from the local school who was trying not to sell out to the big corporate sponsors. And he ended up doing it because he wanted his family to keep the house, and it really messed up his relationship with his friends. He ended up turning his back on the corporate guys because they didn't treat him very nice. and he got his side job, where he's like, yeah, regardless, kind of a cool movie. Brink was the main character. Here's David Brink pitching. 2-1. Ball in the dirt. 3-1. Three-one count here to the opening, or to Jace Morgan. Ball hit him off the thigh. He didn't even have to do that. He probably should have stepped out of the way. It would have been ball 4. Instead, he's just going to get hit by a pitch, which, you know, no matter what, it'll leave you a little red mark. But, you know, you respect the toughness, I guess. Probably should have just gotten out of the way, though. So Harry Good now up. A single and a double on the game. Hit a triple in game 1, so possibility for that, and hit a home run on Saturday. He has 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Swung on and hit high and deep into left. He'll pimp it. That one, gone! A 2-run shot for Harrison Good. The Hardhats up 3 runs, his second of the week. Now all he needs is a triple for the cycle, and he's had 2 of them, or 3 of them in the last 2 games. Wow. Harry Good knew that one was gone as soon as it left the bat. He looked around, pimped it with a little bat flip on the ground, and that ball only barely out. I would say about 365 to left field over the Black Hills Community Bank sign to true left field. But Harry Good with a home run shot. He's had 3 hits in 3 innings, a double, a single, and a 2-run shot. So on definite cycle watch. Yeah, probably not, but I don't know. It leaves you a little red mark. It gives you a slap anyways. So he brings in Morgan from first and walks around the bases unopposed on the 3-run bomb, or the 2-run bomb. Here's Dietrich. He has a pair of RBI singles in the game. Or sorry, he just got hit. So he's on first already. That was easy. And here's Hayden Hollick. He's taken nothing but pitches to the arm so far. He's got 1 off the shoulder, 1 off of the bicep in the game. But yeah, here's Hollick. The pitcher probably throwing high 70s fastball. The rest of the pitches maybe in the 60s. Curveball probably sub 60. You're right about that. But the slider and changeup maybe 63, 64. Fastball high 70s. From the eye test at least. Outside ball 3. And I feel bad for Hollick here. He's up for a 3rd time, and he's not going to get to swing at any of them, it seems. You might just want to swing. Even if it's a 3-0, you might just want to try to see if you can get a hit here. Nope. He'll stay patient and take his 3rd free pass to first of the day. He'll be granted admission to the base paths, and he'll spin the door one more time on his way to the bases. Brink still on the mound. This is what the Bandits did in the first 2 games. They had their pitchers, even though they allowed double-digit runs, they had them just stay in the game as long as they could, and only substituted in the 6th inning of last night's game. Bunt put down foul. Roach been a big bunter lately. Of course, that walk-off bunt against the Miles City Outlaws. Reminder, this is a doubleheader. We will have a 2nd game after this. So start was approximately 1:30. That's probably right. We'll probably do 1:30, judging by the pace of this game with the high scoring so far. Ruling out the possibility of a mercy rule, which maybe I shouldn't. Hardhats still just 1 out in this inning. They scored 5, then 4, then they've already scored 2. And 2 more on the bases right now. Taking off, both runners take off. It's swung on into left, and it will fall. Hollick going to round for third. The cutoff man gets it, and Dietrich scores his third time this ball game. Hollick now to third, trying to become his third run of the game. This offense humming on all cylinders. They gave the other team a mighty head start, and it hasn't mattered. The Hardhats have caught up and still beating them to this point. Runners on the corners, and up comes Crossweight. Crossweight, sack fly his last time up, throw back to first to try to get Roach, nowhere close. And then he hit a warning track ball to right. He has a chance at a home run. Hardhats hit 3 home runs in an inning in Saturday's game. Swung on and drilled over the first baseman's hand into right field, going to the corner. And it'll score 1. Roach gonna hold up. He doesn't have to. The throw gets away. He's coming home. And that'll be 2 more runs. Hardhats up 14-8. 14 consecutive runs scored here by Post 22. Maybe that mercy rule shouldn't be put out of the question. I was assuming that up 8-0, that it was maybe not going to be a mercy rule day, but I guessed wrong. So double for Crossweight on a hard line drive up the right field line. Aaron Roach scores on an error from the shortstop. Hit hard into foul territory, and he'll have to come back. So it'll be an E6 that scores Roach because he was indecisive before the shortstop mishandled the ball thrown into the infield. Hollick will score the normal way by being driven in. And Josh Elder now up. Elder had a single his last time up, popped out to second before that. Ball taken outside, 1-1. Great day at the park. Here at the Fitz. 1-1 count. Harry Good, welcome back. He's back. He's back to his form. It took him a while. Dad and I we were talking, and he was saying that Harry kind of was a little down on himself. He wasn't putting up the same numbers while at college in Northeastern Junior College in Sterling, Colorado, and confidence seemed to have slipped slightly. And you could see that in the first few games of the season where he was back, including that Cheyenne series. But then he hit a homer and had a great final 3 games of the series, or of the tournament in the Veterans Classic, and he has picked up where he left off last season. Ball taken at the knees, ball 4. And Josh Elder will take his free base. The Hardhats on the verge of batting around for the 3rd consecutive inning. And yeah, maybe it's time. So Brink will be relieved of his duties. Despite facing 26 batters, he goes 2 1/3. How many earned runs does he have? Let's see. Because there were 2 errors, it's only 9 earned runs out of the possible 14. So 9 earned runs. He strikes out none. He allows 10 hits. He hits 5 batters. And he walks 3. So final stat line for him: 2.1 innings pitched, 9 earned runs, 0 strikeouts, 10 hits allowed, 5 hit by pitches, and 3 walks. Not exactly his best day. We have a reliever in now. You see who that is. There's Lockram. I need to figure out the first name of this guy, because they only put last names down in the dugout, and he wasn't a starter last game. The Bandits won the season series 3-1 last year, including a win in the opening round of the state tournament. Expected to be very good competition. They gave us glimpses of that, but have not come through all in all. Having trouble with the game changer right now. Lockram is on the mound. I don't know his first name. I'm gonna check on my photos from yesterday. Ryan Lockram. Number 39 or number 29, Ryan Lockram now in. The Dogs getting up for a third time. Kiefer, surprisingly, 2 flyouts, no hits in this ballgame. Swung on and drilled into center, and Clark gonna grab it on a few bounces. 1 run scores, trying to hustle out a double here. He'll be safe. RBI double for Wilson Kiefer, and put up another run. The Hardhats now up 7, 15 straight runs. The bats keep coming through. Hustle double there for Kiefer, his 3rd double of the series. Elder now on 3rd. He brings in 1 RBI, bringing in Tate Crossweight from second base. Now 2 in scoring position. Roberts coming back up. 4th at bat in less than 3 innings. No mercy rule until the end of 5, by the way. That's going to be a chop 1. Will it stay fair down the line? It will not. Barely foul. A check swing pops up and almost lands for a single. Possibly 2. Probably 2. With the way these guys are running. Coach Torvey putting a point of emphasis on hard running and aggressive base running. Trying to leg out doubles on balls that may not necessarily qualify normally as 1. 1-1. High pitch, 2-1. Also putting pressure on the defense to make a hard play. Always a good idea with a team that seems to be making errors quite often here. They've made 7 so far across less than 3 games. 2-1. High pitch, he'll stare at it. And 3-1. Roberts, a hit by pitch, a fly out, and a single. He's actually the only out of this inning. He was the first out and the only out. Swung on and hit into left. 1 run will score. Rounding for home is Kiefer. Roberts take it off for second. They make the throw. He's not gonna get him. Roberts stretches out and he'll be safe. He's trying to call for time, but now it's granted. 17-8. 17 consecutive runs. The Hardhats, you can't ask for anything more out of this team. 2 hits there. This is the best they've been playing the last 2 seasons, I would argue. They beat some tough competition in Omaha. That was nice, but ended up getting a non-competitive game against the Bryant White Sox. That's going to be hit high into left center, and it'll fall in the gap. Morgan rounding for second. He will hold up there. RBI double. Make it 18 consecutive runs for the Hardhats here in just less than 3 innings. The hits keep coming. Hardhats at 13 hits now. I don't know what the drop-dead mercy rule is. I know that 10 runs after 5 is the normal mercy rule. There might be a drop-dead mercy rule at 15 after 3 or something. Swung on and hit high into right center. They're chasing it, Merritt and Clark. Clark thinks he has it. He does. Tagging up and running for second is going to be Morgan. Second out recorded. Took a while. 10 batters came up and were safe in between the first and second out of this inning. Up comes Dietrich. Undefeated on the day, 2 singles and a hit by pitch. Scored 3 times already. Harry Good, I did just notice that was sad because that could have been the cycle. I forgot about that. He was needing the triple, which is one of the harder ones, but he's been getting triples all the time nowadays. So Dietrich now up. Swung on and hit high and deep into left. He'll watch it fly. That ball is gone. Alex Dietrich, his first home run of the month. A 20-8 ball game now for the Hardhats. Wow. Alex Dietrich, the second shot of the inning. You might have forgotten it's the same inning. Harry Good hit a 2-run homer, and the lineup came all the way around, and Dietrich, the second home run here. Hardhats now with multiple home run innings in 2 of the last 4 games. They hit 3 in the last home run inning. A Harry Good, a Hayden Hollick, and a Tate Crossweight. Hollick now coming back up. So 2-run home run for Dietrich. He's up to 4 RBIs in the day, 3 hits. He's up to 4 runs as well. So 4 RBIs, 4 runs, 3 hits, and a hit by pitch. You can't ask for much better than that. 15 after 3. Well, it's possible that despite starting in an 8-0 hole, the Hardhats could walk off. They got a little fire under them. They were like, ooh, wait, they're up 8? We can't let them think they're going to win this. And since then, the Hardhats' bats have been unstoppable. Red hot. Hollick hasn't gotten to swing at anything. There it is. He hits one, uncorks one into deep center, and right to Clark, who was able to make the play for the final out. So at least Hollick got to swing at one. It had been a while for him. And now over half of the lineup gotten to bat more than once in the game. That ties the single or the season high of 11 runs in an inning. The Hardhats did that on the aforementioned 3 home run inning against Alliance last Saturday. And wow. So like I said, you know you're really good when the team when you're down 8-0, and as a fan you feel pretty good. You feel very confident. So I guess the Hardhats could do a 3rd mercy rule, an even quicker mercy rule than the other 2, even though they started an 8-0 hole. 20-8 the score. Hardhats would need 3 more. The highest scoring game on Hardhats TV this season, 18-12 game between Huron Post 7 and the Alliance Peltzco Spartans, where Alliance ended up winning. There was a 12-run comeback from Huron in that game, but they didn't get there until the 5th inning. Hardhats could have came back from 19 down and taken the lead, apparently. Had Kelly coming back out for his 3rd inning of work. He struck out the side the last 2 times up, but he has allowed base runners both innings. A single from Austin Clark and a walk from Jack Merritt. Kelly, fastball. Maybe a little generous on that strike. That ball, I thought, slightly off the plate. But nonetheless, strike 1. Sorry, Eli, I'm not trying to snitch on you. That's strike 2. So he's up 0-2 in the count, a pair of soft fastballs on the outside of the plate. And expect curveball here, Owen Schneider. He had 2 at-bats in the first inning, hasn't come up since. In both of those at-bats, he had singles, including a run and a 2 RBI. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll be the 7th strikeout of the game now for Kelly on 7 straight strikeouts. He's, well, deceivingly, he's had 7, the last 7 outs have all been by a strikeout. Oh my gosh, the Tanning Grandpa's here. I haven't seen him since the Firecracker last year. I don't remember who he is, but he's out there, shirt off, getting a tan. Strike 1. 1-1 count now here to the 3-hole hitter, Zach Struck. He has a single and a strikeout in this game. 1 for 7 on the series. Ball outside. Fastball does not hit the edge. Kelly just trying to farm that outside edge on these righties. Strike 2. Oh, sorry. This is Dawson Inhofer. Shoot. Sorry. So that was the first K. He had 6 consecutive strikeouts in the game against the Peltzco Spartans, where Sales last started. Here's Inhofer. Strikeout! High heat. Too much to handle. Got to get out of the kitchen. 2 strikeouts now for Inhofer. He's been untouchable lately. I wonder if they're ever going to try to convert him into a starter. He should be the setup man consistently, though. He's been untouchable. Nope. Never mind. Ball 1. Got a little ahead of myself. This is Jack Merritt, the cleanup man. He has walked both times he came up. He has seen from 2 different pitchers. From 2 different pitchers, he has seen 8 consecutive balls. He's now at 10 consecutive balls. He has like a force field around the plate here. What in the world? What is this guy's magic? Inhofer strikes out a couple of guys. Merritt has some sort of magic going on that's repelling the ball from the zone. Finally a strike. It took 12 pitches to throw the first strike to Jack Merritt. And he might still take a walk. Swung on and hit right to Kiefer. He'll snag it out the air. 1-2-3 inning for Inhofer. Hardhats shut out the Bandits for the 3rd consecutive inning in the top of the 4th. Sorry, didn't actually adjust the inning there, but you guys saw it. So, recap. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on. Still 8 runs. So, I'll recap the day for Eli Kelly. Kelly allows 3 earned runs. He pitches, what does he pitch? 3 innings of work. He has 3 earned runs. He strikes out 6. He allows, how many hits? He allows 4 hits. He walks just the 1. And 1 hit by pitch. He's in line for the win right now, which he almost certainly will get. Dawson Inhofer has pitched 1 inning with 2 Ks, no hits, no walks, no hit by pitches. But Kelly in line for the win. Believe it or not, Hardhats could walk off and mercy rule faster than they did in the other 2 games here. They are up 20-8. This will be a doozy to get the highlight package. You might just be seeing me like for 0.2 seconds each clip. If you're following the Instagram, you're going to want to, because that's where we post all of our highlights, is the Instagram page. We post series recaps and every highlight specially edited to show off the post-22 talent. You might just get a supercut of me saying single, walk, hit by pitch, single, walk, single, walk. You might just see that kind of thing as I recap the 20 innings, or the 20 runs over the last 3 innings. And we're entering the 4th inning. Hardhats averaging just over 6. 6 2/3 innings per, or 6 2/3 runs per inning. First pitch, a strike. Swing and a miss. This is Carter Johnson pinch hitting for Aaron Roach. We've gotten to that point in the game. 0-2. Johnson watches the ball sail wide. 1-2. It's a 1-2 count now to Carter Johnson. He's been platooned, but a little less so lately on the winning streak. Normally being platooned with Jace Morgan at the 2-hole. Morgan, been the staple of that spot, though, on this 11-game win streak. But Johnson started the year in that spot. He still plays occasionally. That's smacked over to short. Handled cleanly. The throw offline. He's off the bag. Frederick, for some reason, thought he was still on the bag. He was most certainly not. So, an error on the shortstop. Schneider, the third error of the ball game, going to allow Carter Johnson on the bases. And Carter Johnson is so fast. He has maybe been caught once this year. He will take off unless Coach Torvey sees it as unsportsmanlike. Fouled away. Tate Crossway back up. Had a 2-run double the last time he came to the plate. Had a sac fly before that and reached on air. So despite 2 at-bats that should have been outs, he's actually 1 for 1 on the day. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. That is a very, very soft pitch. That ball not even touching 60. It was kind of just like, I don't know, like the same kind of throw you make back to the umpire or something. It was that velocity of throw, but it got Tate to swing at it. He reaches for one outside, and that'll be a K. First strikeout of the game for the Hardhats. Any situation. Josh Elder's still up. So Ryan Lockram gets the first K of the day. It's an out. Johnson could totally take off here, but I don't think Coach Torvey is going to let him. I think that it's too high a score right now for them to be running up the score in his eyes, I think. Josh Elder, 1 for 2. Single and a walk. Strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Swung on and hit high and to right. Being chased, and he will make the grab. So Merritt makes the grab. That ball a little too much under it. Not enough direct lineage. So the launch angle too high, and it'll be handled by Merritt. But that had some power on it. So Lockram retires 2 in a row now. Here's Wilson Kiefer. He has 2 sac fly RBIs and a RBI double where he scored. Now 1-0 the count. That double was his last time up. He has 3 doubles in the tournament. One of which was a ground rule double, actually. Swung on and hit into left center. Will it drop? It will. Coming around for third, Johnson. He could very well come home, honestly. And the ball starting to bounce away from the third baseman. Sneaking into second on the fielder's choice is Wilson Kiefer. And Carter Johnson. So a single, 2-out single there. The walk-off run now at the plate in the form of Aiden Roberts, taking his 5th at-bat in 4 innings. So far in those 4 at-bats, a single, a double, a fly out, and a hit by pitch. Lockram delivers. It's swung on and hit off a bounce. Schneider handles. Can he make the throw? Ball in the dirt and scooped successfully by Frederick. So actually, Lockram throws a shutout inning. In that one for the Hardhats, it now 1 hit turns into no runs. There are no earned runs. 1 error on the shortstop Schneider. And 2 men left aboard. Still 20-0. I'll recap the bottom of the third. I didn't even do that last time. 7 hits turn into 11 runs. There's only 1 error in there. And it wasn't an out error. It was an error that allowed a run to score. So 10 of them are earned. 4 of them to the new pitcher, Lockram. And the other 6 going to the starter, David Brink. Leaving him on the day with a less than stellar 11 earned runs over 2 1/3. There's one error on the shortstop, Schneider. And now left on base. There was nobody left on base. So it looks like Harry missed his chance at the cycle. Because if the Hardhats in the top of the 5th here are able to keep the Bandits from scoring 3 runs, which is likely, then they will actually walk off this team 20-8. Bandits a serious head start given, and they have spoiled it. Sloft roller to third, Roberts to first in time. So 1 pitch, 1 out now for, is that Morgan? Jace Morgan on the mound. So Morgan, the 3rd pitcher of the game. Inhofer pitches 1 inning. Strikes out 2. No hits. No walks. No hit by pitches. And no earned runs. But Morgan on the mound now. All right, Torvey just kind of keeping some arms loose. Outside. 1-0. So my guess is that Johnson now in right. He moved from DH, so we would have forfeited the pitcher position. Ball knocks off the mask of Elder. But probably, it feels like Johnson in right, moving from where Roach was a DH. So 1-2 count now here to Tane Frederick. Frederick pops one up into deep left center. They're going back on it. That ball over the head of the left fielder Crossweight. He'll stop at the track, make a throw in, and a double for Tane Frederick. So Frederick gets the double. 1 out double. And we have a pinch hitter. Big righty. It's Plummer. Let me find out the ball taken low and inside. Winston Plummer, the batter. Replacing Clark. They're just trying to get some good bats in the lineup right now. Plummer watches a ball sail in the middle. 1-1. Reminder, this is a 4-game series. So we will have another game after this, a second doubleheader in a row. Oh, he was out. Wow. Heck of a call. I thought the leg snuck in there. Ball in the dirt. 2-2. That's great. I mean, glad we have the video evidence for it. We haven't had anybody call for, like, a replay review before, but in a, like, state tournament game, I guess it could happen. I actually got an intramural champion shirt for, if that's going to be hit hard. Backhanded grab. Hollick, heck of a grab. He'll throw to first, and Plummer retired. Hollick able to range out and get that. So 4-3, the put out. Moving to third is Frederick, and Will Conrad the bat now up. The Bandits on the verge of being walked off or being mercy rolled in the 5th for a 3rd consecutive game of this series, even though they put up 8 runs in the 1st. Strike 1. Hardhats 3 more hits than they have outs in the ball game. Morgan, ball just outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Morgan's fastball over the bat of Conrad. Conrad 0 for 2 in this game, popped out on a bunt and struck out swinging to Eli Kelly in the 3rd. First time facing Morgan, the 0-2, high and inside. Now a 2-2. Hardhats have scored 20 consecutive runs in this ball game. An unfathomable amount. Brookings down to their final strike. Full count. We got another game after this, approximately 1:30 start time. Payoff pitch. Just high. And the game will go on. That ball, a hair high. So Conrad will reach base. His first time doing that today. Man on the corners, 2 outs. Sam Johnson now up. He represents the run that would keep a walk-off from happening. Or a mercy rule from happening. There's strike 1. Morgan, a fastball on the outside. The versatility of these players for the Hardhats, very impressive. A lot of guys that come up from the Expos, they pitch both and eventually start losing that skill. That's grounded over to short. Kiefer handles, underhand to Hollick, and that is the ball game. So after a 8-0 first, or an 8-run top of the first for Brookings, they put up 8 runs in the first. The Hardhats put up 5, then 4, then 11, and come all the way back from an 8-run deficit to win in 5 innings, mercy rule 20-8. What a game. The Hardhats just kept those bats rolling, and they are now 3-0 in the series, looking for a 4-0 sweep. They win 12 in a row now. That was the closest, well, not really the closest, but I mean, it felt like that was kind of in danger. They're now a 12-win streak, 22-8 the record for the Hardhats. The final score in Game 1, Hardhats 20, Brookings 8. We will bring you that other one. But yeah, so we will see what happens in Game 4. But that game projected 1:30 start time. That feels pretty reasonable with a 12:45 end. So possibly like 1:20, but bear with us. We will be with you. Casper, weekend series coming up. We've got 2 games, 5 o'clock, 7:30 on Saturday, and then the getaway game probably at 11 and on Sunday. That Casper series, one of the best ones last year. Hardhats won it 2-1, lost close, won well, and then a 9-inning walk-off win from Alex Dietrich, where Harry Good went 5 for 5 on a Sunday in the getaway game. Hardhats had 2 walk-offs in that weekend. Or 2 walk-offs on that Sunday, actually. They walked off Pier as well. But it was a great series against Casper. I'm excited to see them again. I believe that's the last out-of-state guy on our schedule. That's like a simple home and away series type thing. I will double check that, but I think that's the case. Oh no, actually it's a 4-game series playing against Casper. That is 1:10 Mountain Time. So actually it's going to be quicker than that. So 1:10 the start of Game 2 of this. So we will have a 4-game series, 5 o'clock 7:30, and then to help Casper get out of here, 10 o'clock Sunday morning, 12:30 Sunday morning. 4-game series. Excited. Casper should be a good team. And then we are off to Pueblo, Colorado, the first tournament of the year held outside of Fitzgerald Stadium. And that'll be exciting. We'll play Pueblo Azteca hosting that tournament. They came out to the Firecracker last year, had a heck of a team. They finished 4-1 in pool play. Of course, the Hardhats walked off the Firecracker over the next level baseball team from North Carolina. But it's going to be fun. First time I think we're heading out to this Pueblo one. I don't know if that's the case. Logan, you could correct me. But I hadn't heard about that. Azteca is seemingly like a newer team on there. But they came out to our tournament. We'll come out to theirs. And then after that, we come back for like 2 days. And then we're off to Omaha for the College World Series tournament. So there we go. Yeah, they are the last like true series that we have outside of the state. Casper is. So there we go. We'll have that game for you in just a minute. I'll update the scoreboard. But 1:10 the start, so we got about 20 minutes. So pretty quick turnaround here between the two games. But both teams already warm, so why not? I'll be back with you in a little moment here with game number 2. All right, I'm back. We're ready. Game number 2 going to start up here in a moment. The second game of this doubleheader, fourth game of the series. Hardhats mercy ruled in all 3 of the previous 3 games. We'll be ready to go. So let me give you the starting lineups. Your post-22 Hardhats starting lineup. It is different. We have one shift of order which has not happened in this winning streak. So, leading off, still third baseman Aiden Roberts. Second batter, shortstop Wilson Kiefer. He's been batting ninth forever, but he's going to be batting second here. He's definitely been hitting like a 2-hole hitter. Coach Torby going to try him out there. Then Harry Good still batting third and playing center. First baseman Alex Dietrich, cleanup. Second baseman Hayden Hollick will be at the 5. Then right fielder will be Aaron Roach. He'll be playing right, batting 6th. Designated hitter Tate Crossweight will be 7th, so he'll be DHing, not playing the outfield. Catcher Philip Bentz is 8th. And then left field will be Carter Johnson. So Carter Johnson in the lineup today. Philip Bentz also, so 2 new faces. Johnson, instead of batting in that second hole where Morgan has been, he's moved down to the 9, and Kiefer moved up to the 2. With Hayden Lighty on the mound. So to repeat, the first 3 for the Hardhats. Third baseman Aiden Roberts, shortstop Wilson Kiefer, center fielder Harry Good. The middle 3, first baseman Alex Dietrich, second baseman Hayden Hollick, and right fielder Aaron Roach. In the bottom 3, designated hitter Tate Crossway, catcher Philip Bentz, and left fielder Carter Johnson with Hayden Lighty on the mound. So now for Brookings, leading off the left fielder Tate Hempel. Then right fielder will be Jack Merritt, and he will be batting second, the highest he's batted this entire series. Second baseman is Zach Struck, not playing short. He'll be playing second. Then he'll be batting third. Then designated hitter Addison Ronning will be cleanup. He's batted pretty well. Tane Frederick repeating at first base. He'll be the 5-hole hitter. The catcher will be Jace Bauer, getting his first start at catcher. Then third baseman David Brink will be 7th. Back in the lineup after pitching the last game. Shortstop Tyson Antonin will be 8th. And center fielder Austin Clark moved down to the 9-hole despite 2 hits. Sam Johnson, the previous catcher, now on the mound. So to repeat, the first 3 for Brookings. Left fielder Tate Hempel, right fielder Jack Merritt, and second baseman Zach Struck. The middle 3, designated hitter Addison Ronning, first baseman Tane Frederick, and catcher Jace Bauer. And the bottom 3, third baseman David Brinks, shortstop Tyson Antonin, and center fielder Austin Clark with Sam Johnson on the mound. Gonna get some quick stats here for the fellas. We have a big sample size.
Third base, number 10, Aiden Roberts. Batting second, shortstop, number 50, Wilson Kiefer. Batting third in center field, number 14, Harrison Good. Batting fourth, first base, number 27, Alex Dietrich. Batting fifth and second base, number 20, Hayden Hollick. Batting sixth, right field, number 23, Aaron Roach. DH, batting seven, number 29, Tate Crossway. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 11, Philip Bentz. Batting ninth, the left field, number 16, Carter Johnson. On the mound, the Hardhats, number 25, Hayden Lighty. Now the remaining post-22 players and coaches.
We're going to get a little national anthem, I believe.
Umpires tonight are Jason McGow and Mike Demming. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we could ask you to please stand if you're able. Face the flag as we salute America, our national anthem performed by Hardhats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
Fantastic rendition of the national anthem there. And we will get ready here in the top of the first. Bandits put up a lot in the top of the first last time. It didn't seem to matter.
Here come the Hardhats.
So Hayden Lighty on the mound for the Hardhats in this one. Lighty been practically untouchable lately. Okay.
For Brookings.
So as we get ready here,
Humble.
Tate Hembolt will be leading off this game. So Hayden Lighty going to lead off, or start off here with Tate Hembolt, batting 2 for 8 in the tournament. Or not the tournament, the series. Popped up into right. Roach underneath it, he'll make the first grab. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start here for the Hardhats. It took him 8 batters to do that in the first game. So on world record pace, I suppose. I wonder if there's ever been a 27 pitch game. It wouldn't happen. Eventually somebody would wait. But hey, you know, there's been like a canceled game that's kind of close to that. Swung on, right to Roberts. 2 pitches, 2 outs. That was pretty easy. And up comes Zach Struck. Struck 1 for 7 in the tourney. 2 errors on defense. Not the tourney, the series. I keep messing that up because all the Veterans Classic stuff getting to me. So Lighty delivers. And the first pitch taken in this game. Lighty on a massive 3 pitches here. Curveball, strike 2. One. Ball taken outside. A check swing successful. Crow flying low over the field. Not a crow, a blackbird. 2-1. Popped up and out of play. Now 2-2 count. Whatever that bat is, it sounds wooden, but it is not. It's aluminum, but it sounds like it has a distinct pop of wood, like a crack. I also haven't heard wood in a while, so maybe I'm just off. 2-2. Lighty. Fouled back. Still 2-2. Doesn't have the same doing. 2-2. Lighty. Ball in the dirt. Have to tag. Benz does. And a 1-2-3 inning. Hayden Lighty, a great start to the game here. Hardhats offense now going to come up.
Survival Trails is sponsoring today. We have a whole bunch of $50 or $10 gift certificates to give away. And we
So leading off is going to be Aiden Roberts. I've got to quickly tally his stats in the series. He's 5 for 12. 2 singles, 2 doubles, and a triple. Has 5 runs. 2 RBIs. And 2 stolen bases. 3 extra base hits. Kiefer had a late start in his last game. He's 4 for 10, so batting over 400. Wait, no, he isn't. He's 4 for 8, so batting 500. Because 2 of them were sac flies. He has 5 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 1 run. Harry Good had a heck of a game last time. He is 8 for... No. Yes, 8 for 12. 8 for 12, batting .667. With 3 doubles, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. He had he has 7 runs and 8 RBIs in this 3 games so far. He's been unstoppable. Okay, so Aiden Roberts leading off. On the mound, Sam Johnson, the previous catcher. He has an arm. We saw it. Last night, I think he caught Phillip Bentz. 1-0. Strike down the middle. 1-1. He's throwing faster. These are 80+ mile-per-hour balls. Stepping off. Johnson and Roberts have one thing in common. They're both number 10. One. Johnson, fastball, bunt shown. He catches it off the end of the bat. It's a good one. The throw from Bauer, not in time. And a leadoff bunt single just by the hair of the skin of his teeth there. Bunt single for Aiden Roberts. He has 2 steals in the tourney. Or not the tourney, God. It's a... sorry, the series. Wilson Kiefer now up, batting 500. 5 RBIs, a run. Batting second in the lineup for the first time in a very long time. Smacks one into left, and it will be caught. Falling down and making the grab is Hempel. So 1 out now. That ball floated just a little too long. Brings up Harry Good. Harry almost had a cycle as last time. He did fly out to deep right, but he had a single, a double, and a home run in the last game. He is 8 for 12 with 3 doubles, a triple, and a homer. Throw back to first, not in time. I guess I'll finish his order out. He has 3 singles as well. So 3 singles, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run, and only gotten out at the plate 4 times in this series. He is almost certainly the star of the series that I'll be giving out on Twitter and Instagram. He almost had it in the Veterans Classic, but he started out a little slow. He's definitely hit his stride now. Roberts takes off. That struck hard into center. Roberts going to have to come back. Clark right underneath it. The throw not going to be on target, and he will get back safely, but a hard hit ball directly at the center fielder will be out number 2. A chance to keep it tied after 1, something that Brookings has not done. They had a lead after 1 last game, though it was an 8-5 lead that they would not have, but going into the 3rd inning. So Dietrich now up. He scored 4 times last game. Strike 1. Curveball in the zone. Did I get that right? Yeah, he did. He also hit a home run. 5 for 8 in the tourney. Or not the tourney, gosh. Taking it off? No, he'll stay. Big off attempt, unsuccessful. He has 8 RBIs in the series. That's tied with Harry for the most. Swung on and a soft grounder to Antonin. He'll grab it. The throw on target. And so a shutout inning in the first for Johnson. Impressive. Recap. 1 hit leads to no runs, no earned runs, no errors on Brookings. 1 man left on. It is still 0-0 after 1. Which is a new high score. I mean, I guess they were up last time, but having a shutout inning in the first is something that Brookings hasn't done. Sam Johnson, perhaps the remedy to try to get a win in this. I don't know what it is with me looking down right now and hearing that's transporting me back to middle school, looking at Madden Mobile. I don't know what happened, but I just had like a time flash moment. That was spooky.
Leading off for the Bandits, number 6, designated hitter, Addison Ronning.
So Ronning now up. He had a very good start to the series, 1 for 4 with a walk. I'm saying very good. That was 2 games that only 1 run was scored in. So reaching base 2 out of 5 times is pretty good. Lighty gonna have to face him. He pitched the perfect first. Strike 1 down the middle. He's on the attack early. I know you guys can hear the paper rattling. Strike 2. Lighty the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. They tag him, and that'll be the second strikeout of the game now for Lighty. And it brings up Tane Frederick. Frederick had a pretty good game last one. 1 for 2 with a double, a hit by pitch, 1 run, and an RBI. He only started this game. This last one, he did not start in game 1 or game 2. That is going to be hit into right. Roach makes the grab. So that's 3 men put down on a single pitch. Now, so yeah, like if I'm counting this right, I believe we're looking at I think he's only thrown 11 pitches so far in this game. No, that's the 12th. You can't grab the little throwback from Bent's. But Lighty, very efficient right now. This is Jace Bauer, the catcher. Went 1 for 3 when he played third last game. Strike called. A little groan from the Brookings dugout. They thought that one was a ball. It was close. Umpire's done a good job today, though. Exception of maybe 1 opening call. Popped up into right or left, and Johnson chasing, making the grab. 1, 2, 3 again for Lighty. He's perfect through 2. So no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on. I was telling you, Lighty was untouchable. That's exactly what he has been in this game so far. I mean, they hit his balls, but directly into gloves.
Ryan Cheddar and Jerry Jensen. Ball one's been down against the bench, the lack of table to head up to the ticket booth to play the prize. David Lundeen, Ethan Sharp, Ryan Cheddar, Jerry Jensen.
Okay, 1. Okay. 3 runs. No, 4 runs. Wait. Yeah, no, 3 runs. 5 RBIs for Tate. 1 walk. Okay, and then I have to get Phillips from last night. Carter Johnson, pinch hit, reached on an error, got to third. He pinch hitting the first game too, and was out somehow. So he's 0 for 1. Reaching on there. So yeah. And then Philip Bentz last night. He's actually 2 for 3 in the series. With a hit by pitch. 3 runs and 1 RBI. Just getting all that. Kind of a quick turnaround. But the Hardhats now in the bottom of the second inning. After 2 perfect ones from Hayden Lighty. And it'll be Hollick, Roach, and Crossway in the do-up. Hollick watches a curveball for strike 1. Sam Johnson with the first shutout first of the series. The only shutout first of the series just a moment ago. Hardhats put up 20 in the game before, though, so, you know, the bat's kind of bound to build up. That ball, a skipper, doesn't even get to the brown on the dirt, or on the turf here, so it's 1-1. Hollick swings on one, turns it, foul. 0-2. It hit one of the poles and did a weird little bounce, though. So, something there. Sorry, I said Lighty because Hayden Hollick. Coach even did it once this year on the sheet. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Johnson with a K. Johnson seeming to be a formidable opponent on the mound. So Hollick strikes out swinging. Up comes Roach. He's batting above 300, 2 for 6, 2 hit by pitches, and a walk as well. I'm Oliver Fell, bringing you Hardhats TV. Ball inside, taken at the knees. One out. Ball down and away. Hits the turf, and it's 2-1. Oh, sorry, 2-0. No strikes yet in the at-bat. Swung on, soft grounder. Handled by Struck. Underhand to first, and another out. The last 5 in a row retired. Sam Johnson. Could he be the one the Brookings needs to win a game in this tournament? Or not tournament, series. Jeez. So, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Tate Crossway up. Spike ball to home, goes, well, into the dirt. Bounces back off the backstop. Crossweight's able to get it himself. Hand it back to the ump. 1-0. Inside ball 2. Was at a pretty good height, though, on the batter. Crossweight, a big boy. I believe 6'3", maybe 6'4". 2-0. Swing and a miss, that one in the dirt. Tate a little eager. Thank you all for spending your afternoons with us on Hardhats TV. 2 more games on Saturday, 2 more games on Sunday. Friday is off. I'll be filming some content though. The wind, pretty soft, maybe 8 miles an hour, coming in from left. Shouldn't have much of an impact on anything. Clear skies, very nice day from Rapid City. Johnson, the 2-2. Swung on, he'll foul it off himself. Gonna walk it off, hit him in the foot. 2-2. Two-two count for Crossweight. Johnson overthrows the catcher. Ball wild. So full count now here to Crossweight. On deck, Phillip Bentz. We'll see if he has to take off the catcher gear or not. Swing and a miss. Sam Johnson. A 1-2-3 inning. Wow. Could he be the one for Brookings? By this point in every other game, the Hardhats were up by at least 2 runs. Luckily for the Hardhats, they're not in a hole like they were in the first game. It'd be a lot harder if they couldn't get anything going and they were down 8-0. Instead, Hayden Lighty pitching a perfect through 2. I know you're not supposed to say that, but I think if I say it enough, then it'll, like, I'll water down the jinx. You feel? You dig? All right. Top of the 3rd upcoming. Bottom of the order, the 7-8-9 here for the Bandits. Bandits entered the series 5-6. They are now on the losing record. Or sorry, they entered 5-3. Now that it's a losing record of 5-6. The games thus far, if you're just now tuning in. Game 1 last night. Post 22 walks off the Bandits 11-1 by mercy rule in 5 innings. Then they win 10-0 in the second game, mercy rule in 6 innings. And then they fell into an 8-0 hole in the top of the 1st and came all the way out to win 20-8 in 5 innings in game 1 of today's doubleheader. Ball just inside, almost a strike. One-0 count to Brink. Smacked. And Kiefer handles it. The throw on target for the first out. That wasn't an easy one. Kiefer had to read it off the bounce. Luckily, unlike other places, the turf pretty uniform in here, so no odd bounces really. First out, recorded. Antonin watches a pitch at the knees. Lighty also pitching a very low pitch count game. 0-1. Smacked over to Hollick. He'll pick it up, throw to first in time. So 2 more down. Lighty almost through the order with no mistakes. He is, the defense also doing a good job supporting him. That's going to be hit softly into center. Good. After it, he'll dive and make the grab. Very good. Makes the final out. Hayden Lighty threw 3. Perfect. Recap: no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on. Lighty silencing the bats for the Bandits. So he had 7 pitches in the first, 15 pitches in the second, and just 6 pitches needed in the third. So he's up to 21 pitches through 3 innings. That's 9 outs recorded on 21 pitches. Hayden Lighty as efficient as it gets. Giving him things to hit, but nothing actually hittable, Nothing that could be good contact. Thank you all for watching Hardhats TV. I'm Oliver Fell, bringing it to you. Very wild warm-up pitch there from Johnson. But can't question anything he's done. Only allowed 1 hit, 1 base runner against this red-hot Hardhats lineup. Phillip Bent's now up. The last 6 went down in order. He's trying to be the exception. He's batting 2 for 3 he batted 2 for 3 last night. In 2 games, he has 3 runs, a hit by pitch, and an RBI. Pretty good guy to lead off the inning. Spike ball in the dirt. A lot of the pitches been short of the plate, but I think that's just coming with the heat. I think he's spiking them because he doesn't have total control over them, but the balls are going fast. Bunt put down and foul. They got to tell Phil it's foul. He's full sprint all the way down the line. Harry tells him to take his time, catch his breath, and walk it back to the batter's box. A little butterfly out here today. 1-1. Low ball 3, or ball 2. High ball 3. Phillip Bent stares it down. Correctly deduces that it's a ball. Hardhats trying to get on the board here. Get on the bases first. There's a fastball at the knees. Good pitch there from Johnson. Full count. Ball in the dirt. No question about that one. Came up about 8 feet short of the plate. And Phillip Bentz will take a full count walk to first base. Bentz has the speed to take off, and this is the secondary catcher. This is Jace Bauer. The normal catcher, the guy who started the other 3 games at the position, Sam Johnson, currently on the mound. So Could be something. That ball gets away. The wild pitch is going to start adding up in a bad way here for Johnson. Wild pitch advances Bents. First pitch ball to Carter Johnson. Carter, two pinch hit situations. 0 for 1. Reached on an error once. A very fast runner. The bunt totally in play here. Probably what I would expect even. There is the bunt. He pulls it up and inside. It gents away, and Bents is safe. So the wild pitches, like I was saying, added up in a bad way here for Johnson. They've all been wild, but with pretty much nobody on, it hasn't been a problem. 2 pitches lead to 2 bases for Bents. A third one could bring him in. Swung on hard into right. And caught by Merritt. The throw not going to be anywhere close. Bents will score. So the Hardhats are on the board. Sacrifice fly from Carter Johnson. Scores Philip Bents.
Number 10, Aiden Roberts.
And up comes Roberts. Roberts the only player in this game for either team with a hit. He had a single, a bunt infield single that he legged out in the first. Strike 1. A curveball nicks the edge of the plate. Oh, 1. High and outside. So a wild pitch. Bents would have scored anyways. Most of the ball is very wild, but the ones he throws near the zone seem to be pretty potent, judging by the swing and miss rate for the Hardhats in this one. That ball, ooh, a hard one off the back of Roberts. That's got to sting. He'll add some colors to his back. Gonna walk it off. That hurts. Yikes. He's stretching out his back muscles and going to first. Up comes Kiefer. Kiefer flew out to left in the first. Roberts did not take off at any point in the last one. I don't think he'll have to. I think that wild pitches will move him around here. Just a prediction, though. Kiefer. Ball goes through the legs of the catcher, and prediction holds true. So wild pitch moves Roberts. It took 2 pitches to get Bents from first to third. Could happen again. They're going to have a quick chat. This doesn't look like the normal manager with Johnson. Maybe probably something about the wild pitches. So a mound visit here with Johnson. Johnson, the most successful pitcher thus far in any of the games that Brookings has played against the Hardhats. Wilson Kiefer now up to bat. Or he's still up to bat. Roberts threatening to take off. Johnson delivers. Ball in the dirt. This time it's blocked by Bauer. And it will prevent Roberts from getting any further. It was a wild pitch, though. Bauer just did a good job to keep it in front of him. Ooh, called strike right at the numbers. Taken. So a good fastball delivered there by Johnson. This is where I could see Roberts taking off. He doesn't. The ball grounded softly over to third. Throw to first in time. Roberts will take third. A little steal there. I don't even know if I'd call that a steal, but a ground out nonetheless. Up comes Good. This is the guy you want here. He lined out hard Very hard hit ball driven to center where Austin Clark caught it. But he's been the star of the series. 8 RBIs, trying to make it 9. Johnson gives him a ball outside. He's unshaken by that pitch. Asked for a better one. 1-0 to good. Johnson. Ball in the dirt. Bauer just keeps it in front of him. So 2-0 count now here. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Man on third. Very good up to bat. Johnson sets. Target set outside the zone. And he hits the target. Called strike. Gets a little groan here from the fans. One of the fans saying that one was down. That one was below the zone. Two-one count. Johnson delivers. Curveball. Fought off. Harry couldn't lower his bat enough to golf that thing anywhere. Too much break. And now a 2-2 count. Harry has struck out 0 times in this series. He's only gotten out 5 times at the plate. He's gotten hit 8 times. Including 5 extra base hits. Curveball very high and full count. Similar situation to Philip Bentz at the start of the inning. In that case, the ball was spiked and non-competitive to walk him. We'll see. Payoff pitch, high, not particularly close to the zone, and taking his second walk of the tournament, not tournament series, sorry, is Harry Good. Men on the corners, Harry Good could take off. The wild pitch clock. That little mound visit seems to be working just fine for Johnson. Up comes Dietrich. He has 8 RBIs as well. He's been bringing home Harry full time. Harry takes off. Ball in the dirt. Bauer will stay because Roberts would have taken off for home. So good choice not to throw. That's one of the plays that Torby likes to dial up in 2-out situations. So a stolen base for Harry Good. Now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. High pitch. Bauer stands up and grabs it. It's a 2-out. On deck is Hollick. Not somebody you want to see, but a little bit cooler than Alex Dietrich. Not like, personality-wise, but with his bat that's popped up, should be an easy play. Underneath it, struck, makes the grab, and 1 run scores, 2 runs stranded. It is still just a 1-run game here in the 4th inning. So we've neared the midway point, and the Hardhats held to just 1 run so far. Sam Johnson having a great day on the mound. Recap. No hits, turn into 1 run. It is earned to the pitcher, Johnson. There are no errors, and 2 men left on. It's now 1-0. So the shutout is broken with Philip Bentz coming home on a sac fly. But yeah, it's not. This is definitely a far cry from the 10 and 11 run, 10, 11, and 20 run games earlier. It could happen. Hardhats put up 11 in a inning earlier, but it feels like Johnson, a caliber of pitcher that is kind of holding them down. Here comes out Lighty. He's pitched just 21 pitches and had 9 come up, 9 go down in this one. I was saying he was untouchable. He is living right up to that. And so back to the top of the order, Tate Hembolt going to lead this one off. Humboldt 1 for 9 in the series. He saw the first pitch from Lighty and flew out to right. Curveball, strike one. Humboldt learns his lesson and will just take strike one. Outfield and infield shifted for an opposite field push. Smacked, high hop. Roberts handles, throw to first in time. So first out recorded, up to 23 pitches now. If nothing else, just getting through, if he can get through the game on like 40 pitches in like 7 innings, that would also be insane. Merritt saw the first pitch he was given and grounded out to third. High and inside. Did that hit him? It did. So perfecto gone, unfortunately. There goes the perfecto. Just barely got a piece of his arm. And so now on first is Jack Merritt. So we have a replacement.
Third rider. 13, John Gaylor.
Pinch hitter. John Collar. Replacing Struck. John Collar. Now upcoming. His first at-bat of the series. Been doing a lot of sitting and watching so far. Lighty allows his first base runner on a hit by pitch. Strike down the middle. Doesn't often do many of those. That is his 4th pitch of the inning. A lot has happened, but still. The longest at-bat of the game was previously Zach Struck in the 3-hole, which is a 5-pitch strikeout. Throw back to first, not in time. But 2 strikes now. That was a fastball on the outside of the plate. Infield going to play a little bit further out now. Double play a priority of theirs. So some serious gaps between third and short and second and first if he could plug it through. Collar. High pitch. Ball 1. Pitch number 27 of the game for Hayden Lighty. Curveball, just got a piece of it, and he will survive. Tied for the longest at-bat, pitch-wise for Lighty in this game, and it's not over. Hardhats just need to keep Brookings off the board. Lighty sets, delivers. Curveball outside, resisted, and we'll go to ball 6 of the at-bat. He was trying to stretch out the batter there, wasn't able to. 2-2 count now here for Lighty. Swing and a miss, strike 3. After a valiant fight, John Collar goes down on strikes. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game now for, right? Yeah, 3rd strikeout of the game now for Lighty. And up comes Addison Ronning. He struck out on 3 pitches his last time up. Fouled off ball 1. So 0 balls, 1 strike now, the count. Ronning struck out, second strikeout victim of the game. Back in the second. Merritt on first, flinching a little shake. Ball taken low and away, so that's the first ball that has come to Addison Ronning. The coach orders a base hit. We'll see if Ronning able to come through. Nobody has so far. Soft one over to Kiefer. He'll flip to Hollick, and that'll be the third out. So, a hit by pitch, the only blemish on the game for Hayden Lighty through 4. Recap that one. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 1 man left on. Still a shutout, but there goes the perfecto. Still a no-hitter through 4. What in the world just happened to the connection? It just died for like a moment, and then it came right back. What is happening? Sorry. It's back to like unbelievable strength. There was just like 3 seconds in there where apparently the connection just died. If you missed it, Hayden Lighty got a coaxed a ground out from Addison Ronning to Wilson Kiefer, who flipped it to Hollick to end the inning. Johnson throws it so hard he's spinning around on the mound. He's been pretty wild, but very effective. Only allowed the 1 hit on the game, and only 1 run so far, which is a best for Brookings, who has been mercy ruled double-digit runs in the first 6 innings of all of their games.
Leading off, number 20, Hayden Hollick.
Hayden Hollick leading off this inning. Hollick, first strikeout victim for Johnson back in the second. He led off that inning. It turned out to be a 1-2-3 inning with this due-up of Hollick, Roach, and Crossway. Not trying to repeat that. Ball bounces. Bauer, good job to grab it on a skip. Kids all having a good time at the ballpark, trying to see who can get the most balls. High and just out of the way of his head. Yikes. Johnson. A scary wild pitch there. Two out. Johnson. Ball in the dirt, but Hayden Hollick swings at it. A convincing curveball. 2-1. Fouled away. Nah. Not a grab from the Brookings manager. Pretends to flinches, says he's gonna throw it into the dugout. Try to scare him a little. 2-2. Hollick trying to lead off this inning right. Ball hits him on the arm. The elbow guard, a good addition. And that's the 3rd time that Hayden Hollick has been hit on the arm today by 2 separate pitchers. That's going to be very sore in the morning. Or probably the afternoon, realistically. When he gets out of the shower at home, it'll probably hurt. Bruises on top of bruises. Luckily, the elbow guard got in the way, at least partially, of that one. And so Hollick on. Wild pitches advancing all the runners so far. Here's Roach. He grounded out last time. Ball in the dirt. He pulls back a bunt for the first ball of the at-bat. 1-0, inside ball, 2-0. Ooh, good pickoff attempt, not in time to catch Hollick. But a very quick move there from Johnson and a good tag applied by Frederick. Overall, a very good pickoff attempt. Hollick just got back in time. Swing and a miss on a ball outside and low. Roach collects himself, looks to his coach, gets the signal, and is now set up for the 2-1. Thank you all for watching today. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Hardhats have swept the series thus far with 3 mercy rulings. This one does not appear to be a mercy ruling. Bunt put down and off the toes of the catcher Bauer. And Aaron Roach now in a 2-2 count. But his Tootsie's getting hit pretty hard there. There's like 3 on a catcher. There's the thighs, the arms, and like 3 centimeters of toes exposed. Everything else is guarded. But somehow on that bunt, Roach was able to hit it right on the toenails of the catcher Bauer. And that's going to hurt. Hopefully it didn't break anything. Any of the toenails or whatnot. So 2-2. Just stop talking about that. Roach, check swing, right back to the pitcher. The throw to second in time. They won't make a relay, but the lead runner retired on a check swing ground out for Aaron Roach. That'll be a 1-6 fielder's choice, not one you see every day. Roach now on first. He has the speed to take off. More speed than Hollick. Up comes Crossway. He is batting .500 with 2 doubles, 5 RBIs in the series. I pitched ball 1. Fun fact, almost all of these kids from Brookings. I know, crazy, right? Not all of them would be? Yeah. Sorry. Came into my head, felt funny. 1-0. Taking off is Roach. Bauer, a good throw, but offline. Sunglasses fall off of Antonin, and that'll be a stolen base. Ball 2. He says Tate. I thought he said take. He could have said take. It would make sense in the situation, but I believe that Coach Torvey just saying something. Roach getting a serious lead. Johnson throws a ball in the dirt. Roach taking off. No play is possible. Bauer blocks it, but a wild pitch advances Aaron Roach to third. And the wild pitches keep hurting Johnson. He doesn't put many on, but when he does, they all get around. Crossway struck out swinging his last time up. Going to be kind of hard to strike out swinging from this position. That'll be a walk. So the first two of the first 3 get aboard. No, all 3 get aboard, but they get Hollick out at second on a fielder's choice. 4-pitch walk. Crossway now going to wait on his wild pitch to advance him. Here's Phillip Bentz. Signs being shown. Umpires saying something to each other as well. Crossway, not exactly a stolen base guy, but I'm sure that he'll get to second if the ball gets away from the catcher. Here's Phillip Bentz. He had a walk. He fought for that walk, a full count walk in the last inning. Was the first run to score. The only run on the scoreboard. I take it back. Take Crossway. No slide needed. Effortless stolen base. So Crossway steals second. 2 runners in scoring position now for Bentz. Johnson gives him one. Check swing fouled away.
And good ball to take away.
And now a 1-1 count. First strike in a while for Johnson. A wild pitch would bring in a run. Bauer setting up outside plate. Ball put down off of the mitt of the catcher. That would have advanced normally, but when you have to come to home right where the catcher is, it's a lot different. Had he been at first, it would have been an easy play getting to second before the throw, but in that situation, not quite as forgiving. 2-1 count. Bunt shown, he pulls it back, ball low, and it's 3-1. Yesterday, we saw a very exciting steal of home from Harry Good on a lollipop throw back to the mound. That was pretty fun. Could happen again. 3-1 to Bentz. Strike, smacked, and they'll check on the runner. Roach gonna come home. The ball gets away from the first baseman. Bentz makes sure he touches the bag. Crossway gonna hold up, and he'll reach second. Costly error from the first baseman, Frederick. That was a very makeable thing. It was only a bounce. It was a pretty slow ball, and he would have gotten it in time to get out Bentz. Instead, he lets the ball get by him. He's still checking to see if there's a hole in his glove. The first error of the game. Now, the first for Frederick in the series. Yeah, it's a costly error. It'll move Crossway over to third. It'll bring in Roach to score, and it's now a 2-0 game. First two pitches, both balls from Johnson, getting increasingly more wild on what was already kind of a wild pitching style. That ball could have been a double play had there been... That ball was a double play ball, but there was no force outs anywhere but first. So they ended up having to throw it across the diamond. And Frederick unable to make a scoop. So 3-0, a chance to load the bases. And he does. Ball 4 on the inside. Taking his base, Carter Johnson, a very fast runner. Probably the fastest in straight line speed on the team. That's what I think. So extra bases here could drive everybody home for Roberts. He only has 2 RBIs in the series, but reached base both times he's been up with a walk and a hit by pitch. That would be good for a run here with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bases loaded, 1 out. Johnson delivers, popped away, and it's 0-2. Ethan is not listening. 0-2. High ball 1. Man, I really wanted to say something to Ethan about that foul ball. I wonder if you guys could hear that. There's outside the booth some of the Canyon Lake Little Leaguers here. One-two count to Aiden Roberts. Bases loaded, 1 out. Force out everywhere. Ball down, and it'll get away. Crossway coming home to score. And holding at third will be Bentz. The wild pitch strikes again, and now force out only at first. So Carter Johnson to second. Bentz to third. Coming home is Crossway. He'll lean at 1, hold off, and now a full count here to Roberts. Full count, 2 men on, 1 out. Hardhats only up by 3. Swung on just off the end of the bat, and Roberts will survive. Like I said, a hit by pitch and a single so far in this game. He's the only one with a hit for either team in this game, believe it or not. And it was the first at bat. He did a bunt. Ball skipped home. Pretty easy call for the umpire. And the base is loaded yet again now for Wilson Kiefer. So reaching via hit by pitch, single, and walk. He's done every way of getting to first other than catcher's interference. And they're going to come check on Johnson. He might just be out of gas, frankly. Bases loaded again with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Hardhats have mercy ruled in every game thus far in the series. It took 6 innings in the second game last night, took 5 in the other 2. This is like a off-brand Benny Hill. This is like a cover. I could tell it's not like the same musician that's doing the... Huh, wonder if it's like a copyright-free one. I'd appreciate it. None of our streams ever get taken down, but that's because you don't get a lot of... Because I'm usually talking over whatever the music is. It'll happen one of these days where they'll, you know, UMG or something will copyright claim one of the streams, but I mean, we don't make money on the streams, so I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just for the fans, you know? So bases loaded. Wilson Kiefer watches a ball in the dirt. It does not get far enough away for Bentz to come home. Both the other runners were ready to go. We got 3 fast runners on the base paths right now. It's Johnson still on the mound. Kiefer, a ground out to third and a fly out to left so far. So he's been pulling pretty hard. Fall. Did that hit it? Bauer got a foul ball. That might have hit him in the giblets. I think it narrowly missed or only grazed them because he has not bent over in half. I've seen that once this year so far. It was the Cheyenne series. Kiefer, now a 1-1 count. Swung on and foul. He's been pulling everything against Johnson. As I mentioned, a ground out to third and a fly out to left. So everything been going left right now, but you can't play anything but a straight up defense with bases loaded. Force out everywhere. 1-2 count to Kiefer. Johnson sets, kicks, delivers. High ball 2. Bauer having one of the hardest jobs today of any baseball player in America. He has to catch all of these from Johnson. Ball in the dirt. A good block there from Bauer and the count full. Kiefer would be happy to work a walk. Though he is batting .400 in the tournament. Series. Full count. Payoff pitch over the head. No question about it. The Hardhats will bring home another run on a walk from Wilson Kiefer. He works the count in his favor. And up comes Harry Good. Harry, a surprising 0 for 1 here. He had a line out into center and then had a full count walk before that. So Roberts to third, Bentz comes home, and Carter Johnson on third. So he can run home from anywhere, really. You could do like a sack, barely fly out to the infield, maybe. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. Harry Good hit a home run in game 1, a 2-run shot. Not out of the question he could do it here, though the pitching seems to be improved. I have only seen 1 grand slam from Dietrich last year. Ooh, he timed that one up a little late. He decided a little late. Good wishes he could have that ball back. That was a fastball right down the center. So 0-2. for Dietrich. Or sorry, for Good. Little hair trimmer at the top of the zone. Well, not the zone. Well above the zone. First ball. Bases loaded, 1 out. Hardhats trying to keep the runners moving. Ball in the dirt. Bauer, a good job to snag that off the bounce. He saves a run. Bauer been doing a very good job with the blocking. Because a lot of these pitches are wild. A lot of spike balls. And ones in the dirt. Swung on and popped up. Foul territory. Merritt running after it, and he will not make the grab. It lands in the opposing bullpen. Oh, Tanning Grandpa's gone. Maybe he had something to do. Okay. It's a 2-2 count. Pitch outside, ball 3. The curveball misses wide. And full count yet again. He took a walk his last time with the full count. Could bring home a run with a walk. Swing and a miss! Johnson! The changeup gets Harry to swing through. And that'll be the first strikeout for Harry of the day. The 3rd strikeout overall. And a pivotal one in the course of this game. It'll bring up Dietrich, the last batter to face Johnson in this inning. He's batting .500. Ball gets past Bauer. He still doesn't know where it is. Watch out! Could Roberts come home? He is not going to. He had a chance. So Johnson scores on a wild pitch. And yet again, the only force out at home. Or at first. So Roberts at 3rd. Scoring on a wild pitch is Carter Johnson. Believe it or not, only 1 RBI in this game, and it was not batted. It was a walk from Wilson Kiefer. The other ones have been errors and wild pitches. Popped up into deep left center. Sorry, no, driven into the gap. 1 run will score. A second will come home. And Dietrich, a gapper into left. A hard-driven ball. And 2 more runs will score for the Hardhats. A 2-out, 2-run double. Dietrich up to 10 RBIs on the series. And a very impressive total. He brings home both Roberts and Kiefer. And the Hardhats have batted around for the 3rd time today between the 2 games. 4th time today between the 2 games. And Hollick back up. First time Hollick came up, he ate another one off the shoulder, and they're going to have a pitching change. So coming in from the outfield, or sorry, coming in from the dugout. Johnson now leaving. I don't think he's going to come back out at a different position. He pitched pretty dang well, but now that it's at 7 runs, you just don't want to get mercy ruled. I get it. A lot of mumbling happening. So on the mound, Will Conrad, who is not playing the field. I believe Johnson not going to play either. I believe he's just out. I think it's a clean shift. So Will Conrad steps up to the mound. Sam Johnson on the day, 3 2 innings pitched, 3 2/3 innings pitched. Due to the fact that most of these runs came on 2 outs, or at least 2 of them did, and that error that happened, only 2 of the runs actually count to him. So 2 earned runs, though Dietrich would be No, he wouldn't be because they should have made the out at first earlier this inning. So 2 errors, or 2 earned runs, 1 K, or sorry, 3 Ks, and 2 hits allowed in the game. So Sam Johnson on hook for the loss, but the best pitcher thus far in the series for Brookings at shutting down the Hardhats offense. Up comes Hollick. He was hit by a pitch on that same arm, that left arm, who has been absolutely just destroyed today. 3 hit by pitches on that same left arm in the bicep to shoulder area. So Conrad on the mound. Ooh, gosh! The helmet flap saves him. That ball would have hit him in the jaw. Hayden Hollick is a ball magnet today. His 4th hit by pitch in 2 games. Luckily, we have the modern invention of the helmet flap. That's supposed to protect you like that. That would have been like a teeth buster had it not been for that. Scary pitch. Conrad throws one that doesn't hit somebody. So his 2nd pitch, not quite as crazy. Here's Aaron Roach. He grounded into a fielder's choice at 2nd. Came around to score in the 1st inning. Or not the 1st inning, his first time up in this inning. Swung on, down the line, foul. 1-1 count. One. Swung on and fouled away. Jorvie makes the play. And now a 1-2 count. Oh, the dugout sent Negebauer and Fredrickson to go get new balls. Ball in the dirt, it gets away. Both runners advance. And even though they have a new pitcher, the same mistakes gonna move them along. I feel for Bauer. He's done a very good job blocking the pitches, but so many of them have been so wild that eventually a few are gonna get through. He's probably blocked like 55% of them. But when there's like 15 of them, it's different. Swung on and, ooh, very hard hit ball down the line and foul. Roach got all of that one, a serious barrel. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Conrad able to get out of the inning. Doesn't allow a run. K number 1 for him. And so in the 4th inning of this game number 3 in the series, the post 22 Hardhats get 1 hit. They score 6 runs on just 1 hit. Yeah, that's true. One of them is earned to the old pitcher, Johnson. There are 2 errors. No, there's just the 1 error on first baseman Tane Frederick, and 2 men are left aboard. So it is 7-0. Entering the 5th inning, Hayden Lighty throwing a no-hitter through 4. Only a slight graze off of the shoulder of Jack Merritt, the only blemish on his game so far. He has thrown just 33 pitches across the 4 innings. He's been extremely efficient. I bet Broden sails through more than 33 pitches, and he didn't get an out. Sorry, Broden, that's a cheap shot. Hope you get out of the slump. I apologize. But 33 pitches, not a lot to throw in 4 innings. That's 3 pitches per at-bat. Frederick, swing and a miss on the first strike. Frederick flew out on the first pitch he saw last time. Ball in the dirt from Lighty, 1-1. One count for Lighty. Curveball just high. Barely above the zone. Didn't drop quite enough. And it's now 2-1. High pitch, ball 3. And a 5-pitch at bat has been clinched by Tane Frederick. Being more patient than last time and being rewarded more. Fastball finds the zone, full count. Payoff pitch. Inside ball 4. And the first walk of the game handed out by Hayden Lighty. Good patience there is rewarded for Frederick. So Frederick aboard, double play in effect. Up comes the catcher, Jace Bauer. He flew out to right on 4 pitches his last time up. Taken high. Torvey tells him to relax. That perhaps Lighty got a little uber excited here. He's just got to chill out. So 1-0. Swing and a miss. A big whiff. Waft of air. And he does not make contact. So 1-1 now for Bauer. He wanted all of that thing. Strike. No, never mind. Ball just outside. Fastball misses. It's 2-1. We're already up to 10 pitches. That's more than the first and second inning had. And we're just in 2 at-bats. So full count now to Bauer. Last time this happened, which was just a moment ago. Or sorry, 2-2 count to Bauer. Lighty, ball in the dirt. Now it's full. And Lighty, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. 1 man on. Here in the top of the 5th. Bauer awaits the payoff. Lighty sets. Kicks, delivers. It's going to be lined into left. Johnson has it. And that'll be an out. So fly out to left for the second time now for Jace Bauer. Second straight 6-pitch at bat. It brings up David Brink. Brink, without much anything to his name in this one. He actually, kind of impressively, on 6 at-bats, he has popped out to the first baseman in 3 of them. Which is a very oddly specific thing to do half the time. He also had a ground out to first as well, so Yeah, 1-0. Popped out of play. Heads up. All right, 1-1 count. Brookings just trying to do something here. Lighty, very hard to get to. High ball, too. Two 2-1 for Lighty. Fastball down the middle. Now 2 strikes. 2-2 count. Here to David Brink. He's not struck out yet, so there's something. 2-2. Curveball grounded to Kiefer. He will flip it to Hollick. The throw to first in time. Double play. So Lighty collects himself in his longest inning yet, but nobody scores or gets past first. Still a no-hitter through 5. If the Hardhats can score 3 more in the bottom of the inning, they'll secure a no-hitter for Hayden Lighty. 6-4-3 double play. So that was a 5-pitch at-bat. So in total, 17 pitches, a new high. That's more than the first and second inning combined. So he's up to 50 pitches through 5 innings. So, he's averaging 10 pitches per inning, which is pretty ridiculous, honestly. He was at about 7 or 8 before. It would have been 8. Because it was 33. It would have been like 8 1/4 per inning. Thank you, everybody tuning in to Hardhats TV. The Hardhats carrying a 13-game win streak going into this one, 12-game win streak. This would be 13 if they can win it. They would improve to 23-8 as they go into a 4-game Casper series this weekend. And if they could mercy rule Brookings in all 4 games, that would be crazy. Brookings last year beat the Hardhats 3 out of 4 times they played, including the first round of the South Dakota State Tournament, where Brookings took 2nd. Brookings actually would have been in the Central Plains Regional had the Hardhats not hosted. Every other runner-up from Minnesota, North Dakota, and Nebraska in that regional got to go to Central Plains Regional, but the Hardhats were hosting, so we took up one of the South Dakota slots, so only the champion got to go. So Brookings did not get that chance. That's hit, lifted into center. Clark going back, and he will make the grab. Good range there from Clark to make the first out of the inning. Long fly ball. We still have Conrad on the mound. Conrad, his last name, Will, his first name. They've been calling him Billy. Here's Phillip Bentz. Reached on an error and a walk so far. 2 runs in the game. Low. It's still 2 for 3 on the day, or on the series. Now up to 5 runs though. The right kind of guy you want up with the bases empty. Spins one foul. I think that's Harrison Good getting excited about that, saying, getting to it. To that pitch. 1-1 for Bentz. Swung on. Soft grounder to short. Can they make the throw this time? No, they cannot. Antonin muffles the catch. And for the second time, Phillip Bentz will be safe via error. He's got an invincibility field on him today. Antonin was put in at short instead of Schneider or Struck, both of which had a combined 3 errors at the position. They put in Antonin, who had an error at second last game. or last night, and he makes an error here. So shortstop, just a very troublesome position right now for Brookings. The 4th shortstop error overall. Bentz totally would take off here. He has the speed. Swung on and gonna be hit into the right center field gap, and it'll drop. Clark lays out for it. He cannot make the grab. Taking off for second, and safe is Carter Johnson. A double for Johnson. Moves him into scoring position and takes his buddy Bentz with him to third base. That ball hit into just the right spot. Austin Clark got on his horse, ran out there, and dove, but was unable to make the grab. First pitch fouled away by Roberts. Roberts so far in this game, impossible to get out. He's gotten on base every way but a catcher's interference, which I have not seen at all this season. It's 1-1. He got hit by a pitch, he walked, and he singled. Catcher's interference, the last one left. And he hits like the first base cycle. He reached by an error too, I suppose. I kind of missed that. He can reach via error as well. Or an intentional walk. So there's like 6 ways to get to first. So 2-1. Conrad, ball up and inside, 3-1. And it looks like he's going to go back to old trusty base on balls here. He would represent the walk-off run in this game. Swung on over to third. It's too much for the third baseman Brink to handle. It eats him up, and he will reach on an error. So, yeah, he's done 4 different ways of getting to first now. 1 run scores in E5 for Roberts. Bentz scores on the E5. So these will not be credited to Conrad. But runners on the corners, the walk-off run on first, and up comes Wilson Kiefer. Ball inside, doesn't hit him, and taking off for second and safe is Aiden Roberts. He steals second, his first steal of the ball game, 3rd of the series. Kiefer really fought for a walk his last time up. The infield playing in, expecting some sort of bunt or something. But everybody's almost on the grass now on the infield. First pitch of ball, popped out of play. Now a 1-1 count. Hardhats have the walk-off run on second. They could mercy rule Brookings in all 4 games here to improve their win streak to 13. This would be not only killing of demons, but I believe some sort of cremation of said demons. Brookings, one of the toughest teams they played last year, beat them 3-1 in the season series. 2-1 now. Kiefer swings on one. He'll lift it into center. 1 run's coming home. Roberts will be told to stay. So Johnson scores on the single from Kiefer. And now with 1 out, Harry Good looking to walk it off. Harry does not have a hit in this game. Just hurting his chances at the start of the series, but I think he's still got it locked up. He is 8 for 14 with 3 singles, 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. 8 RBIs, 1 run, and a stolen base in this series. He's been a real standout. And if he walks it off here, Hayden Lighty will get a no-hitter as well. He won't have to face anybody else because it'll be a moment where we get the mercy rule, and that'll be the end of the game. So, Harry Good trying to help out his buddy Hayden, give him a no-hitter here. Weird way for the bat to lead to the no-hitter, but that's just how it is. Hayden did his part. He pitched 5 hitless innings. Only walked 1, only hit 1 with a pitch. 3-0 count now to Good. Dietrich did the honors of walking off both last night and in game 1 of this day. 3-0. Swung on into left, and that will bring home Roberts. RBI single for Harry Good. And congratulations to Hayden Lighty. A 5-inning, 50-pitch no-hitter. Only 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. Harry Good will finish it, and the Hardhats have walked off, ended up mercy ruling Brookings at all 4 games. A recap of the total series. In the 2 last night, the Hardhats won 11-1 in 5 innings. They won 10-0 in 6. Then this morning, they went down 8-0 in the first, still won 20-8 in 5 innings. And the Hardhats win 10-0 in the bottom of the 5th here in the final game of the 4-game series. They improve their win streak to 13 wins in a row. They are now 23-8. Thank you all for watching Hardhats TV. Congratulations to Hayden Lighty on his no-hitter and the Hardhats on their sweep of Brookings post-74 Bandits. Thank you all for watching Hardhats TV. We have a 4-game series this weekend that you're going to want to tune into. The Casper series really was exciting last year. We have 5 o'clock and 7:30 games against Casper on Saturday. Then in the morning, it'll be 10 and 12:30 approximately p.m. games, 10 a.m., 12:30 p.m. games on the final or on Sunday, and then we head off to Pueblo for the tournament hosted by the Azteca. So thank you all for watching. 4 games this weekend, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday against Casper. Hardhats looking to keep their 13-win streak alive. Final score here in game number 2, 10-0 after 5. And final score in game 1, 20-8 in 5 innings. Thank you all for watching. Congrats, Hayden Lighty. You deserved it.